Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my worst nightmare. It is Hull versus Ipswich in the watch-along after a gargantuan result last night at QPR for Leeds United. The door, and I hate to say it, is wide open for Ipswich Town now in the promotion picture. But there is many a slip betwixt cup and lip, and that door needs walking through. Can they start tonight? Hull City still in with a shout of the playoffs after West Brom's poor result at Sheffield Wednesday today. Get yourselves comfortable, but let's be honest, it's not going to be a comfortable night. So good luck with that. Happy days if you're a neutral. If you're an Ipswich fan, it's going to be a long couple of hours. So come and share it with me, sharing my pain. We're simulcasting on the Blue Monday podcast YouTube feed as well. Richard is going to be joining us very soon. Welcome to the watch along. Well, here we go. Good evening, everybody. So many in the chat here. Let's say some highs to Amy, Anna, Jimmy, Jaden Philogene is the GOAT. I leave my bias at the door. I think he's a very good player, but I hope you're wrong if I'm very biased. Amiga, welcome. JB, Dylan, Samuel, loads of people in the chat. Dave, Leather Sandals. Say hi to Space Chimp, Long Shuffle, Alex, Nick, Horse Hella. Ant's chilled up. One of our Leicester friends, chilled up, chilled out. They're already up. So congratulations to Leicester. We'll go in to all of the permutations and what's going to go on. Hello to Tom on TikTok. I'm a Huddersfield fan. Want to cry with me. Commiserations as well to Huddersfield. We're going to get into all of what's gone on last night and this afternoon in the Championship and what it means. In fact, let's wind our time machine all the way back to Wednesday night, an important result as it pertains to this game because it was Coventry 2, Hull 3, which put Hull within 3 points of the playoff chase. At that point, sixth place Norwich City, who are no longer sixth because it's now sixth place West Brom. We will get to that. Seismic last night. QPR 4, Leeds United 0. I've said all week, if Leeds beat QPR, it's too much for Ipswich to do, especially looking at Southampton's result. We don't think Southampton are going to get anything at Leeds next week. But not only did they drop points, they lost. And it really got away from Leeds 4-0, far and away their sort of worst performance of the season at the worst possible time. The table will explain it much better when we flash it up in a minute. Massive, again, Blackburn 0, Coventry 0. Coventry were a bit knackered after the Cup semi-final. They obviously lost to Hull in midweek, and they are a part of this. It is Coventry versus Ipswich in midweek. Liam Kitching will be suspended for that game. He was red carded today for Coventry. More pressing though, Blackburn are still up to their necks in trouble in the relegation zone. Bristol City 2, Rotherham 0. Bit of a dead rubber, but Bristol City's end of season really good still. Cardiff 1, Middlesbrough 4. We can say similar for Middlesbrough, rounding up the season well. And a gigantic game. The mouth-watering matchup on the Championship Check-In podcast ended Huddersfield 1, Birmingham 1. Unless there is a 15-goal swing between Huddersfield and Plymouth. Am I right in saying Huddersfield are relegated? So it's one of those ones where they're basically down, but we can't write an R next to Huddersfield until it's all done. And we don't get a 15-goal swing, which we're not going to get, 8-0 in one game and 7-0 in the other game or something like that. I haven't even looked at the goal scored. That might even need 16. We'll check in a minute. Norwich 2, Swansea 2. That means Norwich go 5th going into the final day. More on that in a minute because they played Birmingham on the last day. And that's just gargantuanly giant as well. Take a bow. Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday 3, West Brom 0. What a performance by Wednesday over these last 5 or 6 games. They're not safe yet. Got to do something next week. I think they go to Sunderland, which is a really nice game at the moment, isn't it? But yeah, incredible from Wednesday. Southampton 0, Stoke 1. We'll give him his flowers properly. Well done, Stephen Schumacher. I know they were underachieving, but he had a job to do in a really hard season in terms of survival. And they are safe, along with QPR. We'll get to that. Watford 1, Sunderland 0. Everyone's got their flip-flops on the beach, down at the Vic. Right. Let's have a look at the league table. I'm not going to dwell much on the top of the table because my opinion will obviously be completely different in 2 hours, depending on what happens in this game. And we're at the point in the season where, for example, at 7:59 p.m. on Friday night, your opinion is flipped 180 degrees different than it is at 10 o'clock. Just one result at this point of the season, i.e. Leeds losing. Tonight, if Ipswich win, massive. If Ipswich lose, your opinion changes. Everything just completely flips on every result at this point in the season. Let me bring that league table up then. So, Leicester City are up. Doesn't matter what they do in their last 2 games. They can lose 8-0 in both of them. They're going to finish with 94 points or more. They are up. We'll do more detail on that with Sam on Tuesday on the check-in show. Leeds United now only have 1 remaining game and they have 90 points, which any other year is a brilliant total. They may get 93, which would be a record if they got 93 and didn't get promoted. It might get them promoted. We don't know. We'll find out because Ipswich Town have 3 games to play. So right now, the magic number is 5 points. If Ipswich get 5 points, they are guaranteed, whatever Leeds United can do against Southampton next week, to be promoted. I feel like what I say at the start of every penalty shootout. The first miss is not fatal. The second one normally is. Ipswich have got 3 goes at this in terms of getting their 5 points. They may not need 5, but 5 guarantees it. Obviously, the quickest way to do that is to win their next 2 games. But easier said than done with the insane amount of pressure that's going to be on. A draw, and a win. Be a long week for Ipswich fans, but that would be enough. Remember, Ipswich play already relegated, other than the R being written by their name, Huddersfield Town next weekend. Remember, Ipswich lose tonight. We move on. Is it Tuesday night Ipswich play Coventry? It is, isn't it? It's not Wednesday. We move on to midweek. I'll just say midweek. And the pressure goes up a little bit more. And instead of it being Ipswich need 5 points from 3 games, Ipswich need 5 points from 2 games. And then you kind of have to win both of them to guarantee promotion. Remember, still, I'm going to say it, look at the goal difference. If Ipswich go into the last game level on points with Leeds United are then the favourites because of the goal difference. And remember, if Ipswich do go level on points with Leeds into the last game, that means they will have drawn 1 and lost 1. Ergo, their goal difference will be worse than it is right now. Unbelievable. I'm giving myself stress even talking about it. Matt, stay calm. It's only promotion on the line. Thank you, Matt. I mean, to be fair to Matt, he's a great, not only a great YouTuber, he's a great Coventry fan. They have lost on penalties twice at Wembley in the last year. So we talk about heartbreak. I will defer to a Coventry City fan on that. Let's just have a look at the bottom of the table before we get into all this, and we'll bring Richard in as well from Blue Monday. I just want to clear up what's going on and gone on in the relegation picture. Just going to hold on 15 seconds to say thank you to Anir. 79p on the super chat. Thank you so much, Anir. And up the Bristol Rovers then. Bristol City, who are having an excellent end to the season. Not sure what Bristol Rovers are doing. Who cares? Not important. Right. Let's have a look at the relegation pictures. So let's work our way downwards. Millwall were already safe last week. QPR got themselves safe on Friday night. Well done, Marti Cifuentes. Unbelievable job from where they were. Stoke City are safe. Well done, Stephen Schumacher. He's not going to get the flowers that Cifuentes will get because of the vast underachievement at Stoke over the years. But he's done his job, and this was a season it would be very easy to get relegated in. Look, needed 53 by round 45 to be safe. That is higher than normal. Now we go into the mire. Blackburn Rovers, 50 points. They played 2 home games in the past week and scored 1 point from them. We looked in the international break at Blackburn's fixtures, and I predicted them to be relegated on the basis of those fixtures. And people said, come on, Ben, chill out. They're still in it going into the last day. Blackburn have got Leicester on the final day. They could beat them. We could get a complete drunk partying Leicester City team, couldn't we? And, you know, you get these end of season round 46 results. But Blackburn may be prone, and look, for God's sake, at Birmingham's goal difference. Minus 16, exactly the same as Blackburn's. Blackburn aren't out of it. 1 point for Rovers guarantees that they will be safe. The same can be said for Sheffield Wednesday, who have just had a dream week, haven't they? Winning 3-1 at Blackburn last week to pull them into the mire with them. And 3-0 today against playoff chasing West Brom. So impressive from Sheffield Wednesday. Look at that form. 11 points in 5 games. I think if most of the top 3 had 11 points in 5 games, their lives would have been a lot easier this past couple of weeks. Outstanding. Marti Cifuentes of QPR and Danny Roll of Sheffield Wednesday. Utterly outstanding from both of them. Both of those sides looked absolutely doomed in November, didn't they? No chance of staying up, you would think, but brilliant from both of them. Rangers are safe. Wednesday aren't, but Sunderland looks like a soft game on the final day, even though it is away from home. Now we've got problems, haven't we? Plymouth Argyle, 48 points. They play Hull City. So if you're a Plymouth Argyle fan, tonight you are also an Ipswich Town fan, because you want Hull to have absolutely nothing to play for going into that final game. And you'll see Hull have plenty to play for, because if Hull win tonight, they will draw level on points with West Bromwich Albion going into the final game. And then Hull are in must-win territory, and they can get themselves into the playoffs. This is not all about Ipswich tonight, by the way. So Plymouth, well, you'd rather be them than Birmingham, but look at the goal difference as well. If it is a 1-point swing next week, for example, Birmingham get a point and Plymouth lose, Plymouth will survive on goal difference. So not only do they have a point advantage and a place advantage, they have a goal difference advantage as well. And they do play at home next week. We don't know what the situation is going to be for Hull City. They're likely going to have something to play for still. Although, if they don't get anything tonight, Hull, if Hull lose, look at the goal difference. It's an 11-goal swing. So it's another one of those, well, it's done, but it's not done, but it's done, if you know what I mean. So here's the interesting one. Birmingham City drew with Huddersfield today. An unhelpful draw in every sense of the word. Huddersfield are down unless they beat Ipswich next week and Birmingham lose to Norwich or draw, and we get this gigantic swing that we need. And I mean, look, it's ridiculous conversation. 15-goal swing. What's the goals scored like? Okay, so it needs to be 16 goals as well. So let's just say it. Huddersfield are down, but we can't write R by their name. Birmingham are not down, but Birmingham have to win. They really have to win. I know we had that ridiculous situation with Nottingham Forest and Swansea a few years back, didn't we, in the COVID season, where with 30 minutes of the season to go, they were 6 goals and 3 points apart. And there were 3 goals in the Forest game and 3 goals in the Swansea game. And they swapped places in the last half hour. So we have seen ridiculous swings of more than the 4 goals it would take. If Plymouth were to lose by 2, and I know, because it's a draw, isn't it? Excuse me. So you'd need Plymouth to get absolutely hammered by 4 and Birmingham to draw for it to work for Birmingham on goal difference. What we're saying is Birmingham have got to beat Norwich next week, which adds another interesting wrinkle to this. Because if you're a Norwich fan, you probably don't want Hull to win tonight in terms of those playoff spots and just getting that all sorted. Although Norwich look pretty safe. So going into the final day, absolute chaos. Blackburn can go if they were to lose at Leicester and Wednesday were to get a point and Plymouth were to win and Birmingham were to win. It's unlikely Blackburn are going to go when you add all of that up. Same with Sheffield Wednesday. You'd need Plymouth to win. You'd need Birmingham to win also, although the goal difference does work there and Wednesday to lose. Plymouth, we've said Birmingham have to win, don't they? So if you are Plymouth, you could get away with one. You could lose and still stay up depending on what Birmingham do, because we know that a draw is unlikely to be enough unless Plymouth get absolutely battered by Hull. But it sounds like stating the bleeding obvious, doesn't it? Birmingham are in huge trouble. They've got to go and beat Norwich. And Norwich are not yet guaranteed in the playoffs, but they could be. This is how incestuous it is. If Hull lose tonight, Norwich are guaranteed to be in the playoffs, which would help Birmingham out, because then Norwich could rest their players on the final day of the season. There you go. That's the relegation picture. At about 10 o'clock tonight, we're going to do the same thing with the promotion picture. And I don't know whether that's going to be a happy conversation for me or not, but we're going to do it anyway. Sorry, there's so many comments coming in. Thank you so much. We will get across this. I'm just going to read this one. Is it always this tight? Somehow it always is. But we have essentially got 2 places gone already. Right, we're going to talk about Hull and Ipswich in just a minute. Let me just give you a real quick plug. No freebies for you today, but over on Match Bingo, we're sponsored as ever, you can see up there by Match Bingo. I have my Hull versus Ipswich card all ready to go. Get involved over at Match Bingo. Let me just do a little check for you tomorrow to see if you've got any fun and games in the Premier League. No freebies just yet, but I think there's something coming up next week. There'll probably be a big bonus on Spurs and... Are we Spurs and Arsenal tomorrow? Oh, no, beg your pardon. There'll be something over on Match Bingo. I will send them an email and get that all confirmed. So do head over to Match Bingo. What would really help me out is if you went via this here QR code. Wallop. There it is. They'll know that we've sent you. And please play responsibly. God, I'm nervous. Bring Richard in from the Blue Monday podcast. Welcome, Rich. Say hello to the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel watchers and the Blue Monday watchers as well.
Hi everyone. How is everyone fine? Are you having fun yet, Ben?
We had a little chat before. I went cold turkey on the East Anglian derby and just hid.
Okay.
And that wasn't a good thing to do. I think that was worse. Obviously, we ended up losing that one as well from an Ipswich point of view. So I'm kind of happy I'm here chatting to you and chatting to the guys in the chat.
Yeah, I got up at 4:30 a.m. in Las Vegas to watch the East Anglian Derby and wish I hadn't even bothered. So it's hopefully a much better experience and great to see folk out there as well. It's exciting, Ben, isn't it? And as always, this time of the season, with stuff now actually, there's a meaning and there's a consequence of wins, draws, and losses that you maybe don't really think about for the previous 40 odd games. Any other time in the season, an Ipswich Town fan would take an away point at Hull. But there's more at stake, and maybe it is maybe a good point today. But it's what happens next, isn't it? So I'm just delighted to be part of it, Ben. What great to be in the equation at the very least.
Rich, I've said that all season. I've said, "Oh, this is great. Whatever happens, this is great." That's gone now, mate. When it's like 3 games to score 5 points to get in the bloody Premier League, and it's like, oh my goodness me. Shall we, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, look at the team news for tonight's games, and we'll go to your predictions. Don't put them in yet. Go to your predictions in just a jiffy. Let's get into this then. Hull City and Coventry City, I would say, recruited the best outside of the parachute teams. They got good players, Hull. Got a good manager as well. Play a nice style. For Hull, in goal, Ryan Alsop, Jacob Greaves, Jones, and Slater across the back. Amur and Morton. In fact, switch Amur and Seri there. Footmob have got that the wrong way round. Seri obviously had a lovely old time with Fulham, didn't he? Morton on loan. Rich from Liverpool, is that right?
Yep.
As is the excellent Fabio Carvalho, who had a lovely time with Jean-Michel Seri and Alex Mitrovic and Harry Wilson at Fulham. Jaden Philogene is fantastic. Really, really good player. Aussie 2 fan, Rich and I were discussing, will either have 6 touches, get booked and get subbed after 65 minutes, or get a goal and an assist, right? What's your take on the whole team, Rich?
Yeah, I think our intel suggests in recent weeks it's 2 up front. So that formation that you've got there, I think 4-2-3-1 definitely favoured by Rossini earlier in the season and for a good chunk of it. But now I think it's about getting all of that attacking quality, and there's plenty of it on the pitch in the right places. Obviously, Philogene, top scorer and top assist maker. He's the threat. I think Ipswich doubled up on him and brought in George Edmondson specifically, I think, to deal with him. So we know all about that threat. But Carvalho, 9 goals and an assist. Sky were in their build-up talking about how since he's been moved to a forward rather than a number 10.
He's got 9 goals and an assist. He's only been there since January, right?
Yeah, exactly right. But those goals and assists have only come since Rossini's shoved him up front. So he's obviously a real threat as well. So there's plenty there. Yeah, Tufan, as you mentioned, played, came on off the bench against Coventry midweek, 25 odd minutes. I think it was 50 minutes. So Delap makes way for him. But yeah, there's a lot of quality throughout that team. And we talked about Ipswich's January window being impressive. I think Hull's was probably up there as well, wasn't it, Ben?
I had Hull's as the number 1 January window, because what you can't see there is Ryan Giles and Anas Zaruri also came in January, which probably is a good point to go to the bench, where we see Adama Traore after 3, everybody, not that one. Billy Sharp, Greg Doherty, Louis Coyle, Liam Delap on the bench. And over on TikTok, Rich, the grumpy Yorkshire man says, we are still playing without a recognised striker. So that's obviously very deliberate. Ingram, Ahio, Giles, the aforementioned, and Sean McLaughlin. Let's have a look at this Ipswich team. And I think everyone can see the giant elephant in the room headline there, but I'll get to that in 11 players' time, Rich. Cladkey in goal, Davis, Burgess, Wolfenden, Tuanzebe. I think we disagree on this, Rich, don't we? I think I prefer Clark. You prefer Tuanzebe. It's Tuanzebe gets the nod tonight.
I prefer Tuanzebe away from home. I think Clark at home, and the Southampton game, I think, was a clear example of that Tuanzebe more of a functional right back than an attacking one. So I think it's maybe horses for courses, Ben.
Do you fancy Omari Hutchinson in central midfield? Sam Morsey and Mas Luongo in central midfield, with Hutchinson down the left, Burns down the right, Chaplin in the 10. And massive news, because we last saw him limp out. It was Boxing Day, wasn't it, Rich, against Leicester City, his former club, George Hirst. And it's one of these weird ones where they don't sign Kiefer Moore, probably, if he doesn't get injured. And now we have 3 games with George Hirst and Kiefer Moore. Honestly, Rich, and I'm not at training, I don't have the physical data. I assumed he would be on the bench and he might start the last game against Huddersfield. But I don't know the half of it, and he's ready to go and he's starting.
Seemingly so. He's not going to play the whole 90. I mean, not many Ipswich Town starters do in the modern era, but it's a massive boost. I think probably even a bigger boost for me is Wes Burns coming back in. You're right, with no Broadheads, not involved for. I think there was whispers that there might be a couple of injuries, so Broadhead doesn't feature today, not even on the bench. That left-hand side is probably the question mark. I wouldn't be surprised if Burns and Hutchinson swap sides and cut in, and that's a threat for us out there. But yeah, we keep talking about this 2-week break, don't we, Ben? And whether it's good or bad for Ipswich. If it has got George Hirst to a point where he can play 60 minutes and be a real threat, and we know he can, he's really important to this team the way that we play, then it will have been worth it for the 2 weeks off, won't it? So we'll wait and see. If he goes down injured after 10 minutes, hopefully that won't happen. Then the gamble won't have paid off, will it? So it does feel kind of marginal decisions, Ben, which isn't really McKenna's style, but he's obviously got faith in him. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
I think I owe Ian a giant apology. I didn't see that. Ian, are you still in the chat, fella? Ian super chatted £5 very, very kindly. I think he must be on the Beer 52 again. He said he got his third case of Cambridge. So Ian, if you're still in the chat, accept my thanks and my great apologies. That came through at 7:41. It's now 7:57. Christ, is it 7:57? We need to do the blooming predictions and whatnot. Let me just do the Ipswich bench real quick, Richard, although you've already broken my heart by telling me that Nathan Broadhead is not on it. Al Hamadi, Walton, Edmondson, Clark, Taylor, Sarmiento, look out for him if it's not going well for Ipswich, Jackson, Moore, and Travis. Right, you lot, predictions. Here we go. You have got, and we're going to have to really rattle through these. I might just have to click them up on the screen because we've only got 2 minutes to kick off. You've got 16 seconds. You've got one job. Rich, they've got one job. Write the team names in. Don't just give me a load of bloody binary code. Write the team names in either side, and I'll put all your predictions up. I would normally say, Richard, predict with your head, not your heart. Predict with what the F you like tonight, especially if you're an Ipswich fan. Get your predictions in, guys. Go! Right, here we go. Guys, I'm so sorry if you put the effort to put your predictions in. I'm literally just going to have to hoss through them real quick. Look, Jay's he's managing my time for me. Is it prediction time yet? Right, where are we? Okay, 3-1 Ipswich, 3-1 Ipswich. Desmond, 4-2 Ipswich. Desmond, 2-1 Nigel, 2-1 Hull. Liam, Desmond, 2-1 Hull. 4-0 Ipswich, 2-1 Ipswich, 2-1 Hull. We're all over the place. What I'm seeing, Rich, both teams to score in the majority of these ones. So I want to click on everybody's predictions here. Appreciate the support, everybody. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Bang, 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 bang. It's all over the place. I can't register anything useful from this, Rich. My brain is already gone to mush. And I don't know what's happened to my heart or my nerves. There we go. What's the last one? I'm going to go with the last one from Sam.
Oh, there's history of that scoreline at Hull. Don't forget.
Are you talking about Francis Jeffers, Richard?
Jamie Peters. Yeah, you could still find him.
Jamie
I don't know where.
Peters. There we go. Right. Looks like we are ready to go in terms of Sky being all set and having taken their last ad break, which gives me just one more chance. Can we get a like spike? I haven't even got the thing up on the other screen, but let's do it. Rich, have you got a totalizer anywhere?
I can. Yeah. Do you want me to do your? We're obviously down 2 channels, so both like spikes are appreciated. But down.
Yeah, hit like wherever the hell you're watching, and on TikTok and Twitter
we're on
and everywhere.
52 on your channel, Ben. So
right, let's crank it. You got 9 seconds, Rich. I need everybody, unless you've done it already, because it'll remove it. To hit the like button. You've got 9 seconds. We call this a like spike. Why did I put the camera on Philogene and Carvalho? I don't like that. Right, here we go. Hit the like button. Go! Oh, God.
Come on, mate.
I was trying to have a moment there while the stinger was playing, Rich, but
look at the stat with Wes Burns in the team, the win percentage with or without. That's the one you need to look at. Doesn't matter. Do we give our predictions, by the way, when you asked everyone else?
With Sam, I went for 0-0, but I didn't know the lead score at that point.
Yeah.
What did you go for? We said
I stupidly was kind of triggered into going for an Ipswich win, but that was very much a heart prediction. I think it'll be. I think there were a few 2-2s weren't there. That feels right. I think there will be goals in it. I'd love Jeremy Sarmiento to come on in the 87th minute and score a third, 3-2 winner for Ipswich. But this is a tough game, and an emotional game for both teams as well, isn't it? Let's be honest. Hull seriously have something to play for with West Brom's really patchy form, so they are up for this as well. But there's stuff on the line, and as for Ipswich, they know what they need to do. 5 points.
Oh my God! There is Kieran McKenna, the Ipswich players in their pre-match huddle, and Liam Rossini and the Hull players all prepping. There is Big Jacob Greaves and Sam Morsey.
Referee Andrew Kitchen, Ben, has refereed 1 Ipswich match and 2 Hull matches. The 2-1 Coventry victory.
Okay. Did he give any dodgy decisions?
I don't think so. He didn't disallow the Travella, did he? So that was good. He's ref 2 Hull games, Ben. The 2-1 defeat against Norwich at the MKM and their 3-1 defeat at Leeds. So
I did a watch along of that Hull Norwich game. It was ridiculous. Norwich went in the final third twice and scored. Johnny Rowe scored an amazing goal in the first half, and then they got breakaway goal at the end. That was the night where I had to grudgingly admit to being a Johnny Rowe fan. He did a little drag over and then put it in with the outside of his foot. Absolutely brilliant goal. But oh man, here we go. Here we go. Here we effing go. It is Hull versus Ipswich on the watch along, and by God, we have kicked off. Oh, you want to commentate, Rich? Seri plays it round the corner. Longo pinches it. He's got Leif Davis outside of him. Hutchinson to Davis. Inside to Hirst. Hutchinson's offside there. He's just going to have to leave it. They're flagged. Anyway, lively start from Ipswich in the first 30 seconds. We are on Sky Sports Main Event HD Live. If you're watching on Sky Go, Now TV, Smart TV, we can give you a time sync and you get yourself lined up properly. As Allsop knocks that. Is that going to be an Ipswich throw? No, it's a Hull throw. I thought they'd given it away in the right back area. Ipswich win it straight back. Lively start. Davis clips it forward. Greaves heads away. Picked up by Hutchinson, and Tuan Zabi knocks out a play. Good start by Ipswich, Rich, first minute.
Yeah, Burns isn't going to bust a gut to pick that misplaced pass from Tuan Zabi up. It's going to be really interesting. Obviously, Hull played Wednesday. Ipswich have had 2 weeks off. It's going to be really interesting to see if you can tell that physical fitness. You were talking, I'm sure, a couple of weeks ago on our podcast about the momentum sometimes, and need to listen to the Neil Warnock interviews. I don't know if it was with us or Sky. He said you're not getting any fitter at this stage, so it will be interesting to see how playing on Wednesday affects Hull versus Ipswich, who haven't really been 100%. They've had a practice match, but 100% is very different, isn't it?
Rested or rusty? Dave, thank you so much for the super chat.
Dave. Rich? Yeah, we chatted in the Leicester chat. So thank you, Dave. Appreciate it last night.
When things get frantic, deep breaths. Yeah, right. Philogene, who I normally really like watching, Rich.
Well, you could see that two Nzabi and Burns both doubling up on him there as well. I expect that pattern to continue.
Right. Back it goes to Allsop.
Whenever George Hirst goes on a little bit of a sprint, Ben, my heart is in my mouth a little bit. I think it's going to be.
He's going to be sprinting the entire of the last 2 weeks. So just,
the adrenaline
you haven't seen it yet, have you?
Yeah, hopefully so. And then here's Hladky out of his area as well. That's normal. No heart mouth for that.
Hladky has it in the Ipswich penalty box. We're expecting this to be a cat and mousey technical game. Hladky knocks it out to Cam Burgess, who goes long. It'll flick on, which Hutchinson chases. A man over. Wes Burns is completely open. Hutchinson, can he find Burns? No, he can't. The early ball there, Rich, from my vantage point, and Wes Burns was in. Yeah,
the perfect angle for us on the telly, isn't it? Seeing Wes Burns in absolute acres. But yeah, Hutchinson just couldn't get his head up. He's got 3 Hull players making a wall, to be fair to him, and the chip pass deflected back to Allsop.
To be fair, Rich, Jacob blocked the passing lane pretty well, didn't he? I think he's
you'd hope for that from a player of the season. Oh no, centre back in team of the year, isn't he, Jacobs?
Oh, I'm talking about Matty Jacob.
Oh,
You're talking about Jacob Greaves.
Jacob Greaves, sorry.
That's going to be fun. And I always get him and Jones mixed up anyway. So here is Amor, who's picked it up for the first time in central midfield. Ipswich not pressing the centre-backs for Hull, just sitting off a bit, which allows Seri to drop into the pocket. Lovely pull by Seri through the lines. Carvalho carry, and out it goes to Tufan. Tufan comes inside. Lovely back heel. In comes the cross. Really good from Hull, Rich, and cleared out. Lovely move that, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tufan obviously heard our pre-match assessment of him immediately. First touch, I think it is a back heel. Good move, good clearance away.
I'm only allowed to back heel tonight, yeah?
Yeah, well, yeah. I saw the back heel at Watford, Ben. As long as that's the extent of the back heels, that's fine for me. But interesting to see how, Ipswich very happy to kind of camp on the halfway line at this point when Hull got it around the back. But Morsey and Longo push up quite high as well. So there is kind of space. I was going to say,
it's very Arrigo Sacchi, isn't it? Squeezed for all you Italian football fans from 1989. Here comes Amur again. It's out on the right wing with Slater inside to Jones and to Greaves, who, as Richard points out, is probably going to be... and Hull fans get upset with me when I say this, but given what we might imagine Hull's FFP position could possibly be next season, they may need to listen to bids for Greaves, who may well be their highest sellable sort of asset. Rich, English, can play on the left-hand side as well.
Yeah, and it's the worst advertising in the world, isn't it, when your players are nominated in the team of the year unless they're a promoted team. I think all Ipswich fans, if the season doesn't go as we hope, all expect Leif Davis to be off. So that's sadly the game, isn't it, especially when you're not a parachute team like Ipswich and Hull.
Here is Slater. Hull have been the better side for the last sort of 3 minutes. I think Ipswich had the first couple of minutes. Here is Jacob. Carvalho in the pocket again. There's no striker up there, and they're all dropping off. Here's Philogene, takes on two Nzabi. He's just taking it out of play, though. Rich, that sort of thing bothers me. Did you see that? They had no one in the number 9 position then. We've already seen Tufan go out and go onto the left wing. Carvalho into the 10. It's going to be very fluid, that Hull attack. And look, centre-backs on that replay got no one to mark. Very odd.
No, and the threat is either side of the back four, isn't it, for Ipswich? Tuanzebe did well to stand up there to Philogene, but if Philogene had got past him, he's probably have to have a shot at goal, as you say, because there just isn't there. And Carvalho dropping in, as you say, to start the move in the first place. So, yeah, here come Hull.
Is Amur, Slater, Carvalho. Nice little dink into the middle looking for Tufan. He got the header, didn't he? I think he won that off Pladke. And there's always the risk. I think the Man United keeper's won for this, that you come out with your fist like that. If you catch the player, it's just a penalty nailed on, Rich, isn't it? He's offside by the look of it.
His arm is maybe, yeah.
I think his shoulder is. Didn't get flagged, did he?
I thought I wanted to give Hladky credit for getting there first, but it's not really, is it? No.
No, it hits Tufan on the head, didn't it? There's one down the line for Leif Davis to chase. He robs Greaves, actually. He's won a corner, actually. It's a bit cheap, that, Rich, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought, when you're a defender and you see the ball start to have momentum going out for a corner, I mean, throw-ins and corners are pretty marginal anyway, but I just stick a boot in, wouldn't you, and just keep the ball out for a throw-in at the very least. Ipswich don't have a long throw threat, and they do have a corner threat.
And here it is. Leif Davis, George Hirst in there, Cameron Burgess, 7:48 on the clock. Whatever that means is the signal, or has he just cancelled the first signal? And I don't know where they're going in the playbook. The players do, but in comes the cross. So it worked as well. Burns was free on the near post. Couldn't quite get the flick. Here's the recycle. Wolfenden. Hutchinson. Dodgy touch by Hutchinson, but he's got loads of space. Morsey.
Hull need to get out, Ben, don't they? They're sitting really deep still.
Morsey hits a low shot. Good effort, that, Rich. Keeper Allsop just figures, I'll palm that out for another corner.
Yeah, smart from Morsey, I guess. I thought Hull were a bit slow to engage. Gave him a bit of time. He scored a very similar goal at MK Dons last season and won us the game. We know Morsey can have a shot. Usually deflects for those Leicester fans out there. But yeah, good hit.
Another corner then for Leif Davis. In it comes. Big header there. Really good header by Jacob on the near post there. Hutchinson. Davis is open. Davis, crossing position. Davis, good cutback. Hutchinson now right-footed, drills the shot in, blocked. Morsey again. Hull much quicker out this time. Luongo. Davis, crossing position, onside. Poor cross by Davis, but good header again. Burns can't control it first time. Goes to Morsey. In comes the cross again from the left-hand side. Burgess, big win. Jones gets the header on it. Burgess couldn't get there first in the box. And here is a Hull counter-attack, which Luke Wolfenden snuffs out. All a bit frantic, Rich, but no decisive final ball. A couple of good crossing positions for Leif Davis there as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're giving him so much space. He did well to keep on side a couple of times as well. As you mentioned, the ball gets recycled back out there, and there's always the risk that he hasn't watched the line. But no, he kept on side. But yeah, despite having the threat of Hirst, it's different to the threat of Kiefer Moore. There's a couple of 2 or 3 inches of height difference there. Ipswich definitely have changed the style of play to try to find Kiefer Moore in the box. I don't think that's Moore's game necessarily. So it will be interesting to see whether Ipswich's players kind of recalibrate their balls into the box. But Burgess is the threat there. Nearly won it, but yeah, no real threat. No work for the keeper really, was there?
Free kick then to Hull. Nothing in this game whatsoever. We've had 3 minutes for Hull. We've had a couple of set plays for Ipswich. My heart rate hasn't yet dropped below what is probably a healthy number, Rich.
You need to get that as a little plug-in on the stream somewhere, don't you? A little box with your heart rate monitor on it.
If the people at Whoop or Apple or whatever want to sponsor and give me one of those nice wearables, Rich.
Exactly right. Yeah, I'll have one too while you're at it. Yeah, interesting. Hull took an age over that free kick and then kicked it straight out of play. Ipswich obviously got their shape spot on there. So yeah, I was expecting something good there. It didn't really happen.
Yeah, Hutchinson nearly, if he was able to nick that one, was either going to induce a red card or a big chance. Great tackle in the middle there by Morton. Took Chaplin and everything in between then. Looked a fair tackle to me. Here is...
Hirst didn't give him much chance, did he? Sorry.
Slater, Amur, and Greaves. It's proper cat and mouse this, Rich, isn't it? Oh. Philogene knocks that back into Jacob. Is Greaves and Jones.
Ipswich is out of ball shape. You can tell what the formation is. It's a little bit more, certainly, oh, goodness me.
Slice into the sky by Cameron Burgess. Gets nicely bailed out by Leif Davis there with a
very calm
header back to the keeper.
Yeah, well, as I said, Ipswich's shape out of possession really very obvious to see. Hull's certainly the attacking one, not so much.
Davis is sprinting down the left.
If he's got a free kick, he doesn't deserve it. Yeah.
He's an absolute S-house for winning free kicks for doing that, to be fair. I sit on his side at Ipswich, and he wins a lot of slam, like Luke Ayling used to do a lot for Leeds, slam on the brakes and fall over. And yeah, it's amazing how often the officials fall for that, but great player.
It was interesting. We had Luke Ayling back at Portman Road with Middlesbrough a few weeks ago. We could have done him playing against his home club or his parent club on Monday night as well, could we have? But yeah, still at it. Got the assist for Latte Lath in that game as well. Still going strong is Ayling.
Hoisted clear. And out it goes. No side, or neither side has made a big chance yet. Neither side has really got control of the game either. Yeah, it's pretty even. What
patchy,
numbers,
isn't it?
I imagine 63-37 in Hull's favour on the possession. 2 shots to 0 in Ipswich's favour, but lies damn lies and statistics are meaningless stuff so far.
I'd imagine the attacking momentum graph is a couple of Hull chunks and a couple of Ipswich chunks, but neither particularly pronounced.
Agreed. Allsop goes up the line. That's well worked. Oh, lovely stuff from Hull again. Carvalho with the layoff, and they've got it wide to Philogene. Knocked immediately inside. What a brilliant move this is. Lovely one-touch stuff. And in the end, Morsey gets in there, breaks it up. Just seen a couple of times, Richard, the slickest passing twice has been by the Tigers, hasn't it?
Yeah, these little one-touch layoffs really make, it's something that Chaplin for Ipswich tries to do, but when it works, it really gets you through the opposition. And the Hull have had a couple of moments like that, particularly getting the ball out wide. That was more central, but yeah, interesting. Again, Carvalho dropping in really deep though, isn't he, Ben? That's the trouble. If you're going to play him as a striker.
Rich, they've got, I'm just counting them, Seri, Philogene, Carvalho, Amur and Tufan, massively comfortable on the ball. All could probably play, I mean, they wouldn't because Philogene and Carvalho particularly are so good going forward. All of them could sit in midfield and play, couldn't they?
Yeah, but they're not box players, are they? I guess that, to your point earlier, I guess that's the issue, isn't it? It's going to take something from the edge of the area or a layoff or a cutback maybe to the edge of the D perhaps. But it is really, it's much more nervy than I thought it was going to be, and it is kind of ebbing and flowing as well. I thought one team might, particularly Hull, might dominate the ball a bit more, but Ipswich had those moments with the set pieces, haven't they? But generally, I think Hull probably in the last few minutes have got control of the ball, and this passage here maybe typifies that. Just keeping it patient.
I didn't say it before the game, but I did Hull West Brom for one of these watch-alongs, and it was Corberon and Rosinia, and it was very technical, and there was not a lot in it. I think it's 1-1 in the end, and like set play and a mistake for the keeper mistake for the goals. Tuan Zabi draws a foul, if you know what I mean. It's a free kick to Ipswich. Wolfenden, Burgess, 15:37 on the clock. Wolfenden closed down. Good press by Hull. Tuan Zabi wins the throw-in off Philogene. Villa 1, Chelsea 1 in the Premier League. The evening kickoff there. If you're watching that one, keeper's posted. Flaky knocks out right across Aussie Tufan in the 6-yard box.
That's the game, you know that.
Oh, mate.
Nearly.
Yeah, Hirst looked a fairly easy pass that, Rich. Maybe I'm being unfair because he was touched tight with his centre-back. Couldn't quite find Chaplin.
Yeah, I get, and again, that's match fitness, isn't it? That's the pace that you put on the ball. I'm not sure Chaplin was particularly alert to it either, which didn't help. I mean, I've just dug out some of the stats that we were talking about in the pre-match show about Hull, you know, for Ipswich fans who haven't seen a huge amount of Hull or probably have a false impression of them after that game at Portman Road. I'll let this play out a little bit. I'll let you go for that, Ben, if you want. It's
Oh, no,
ping pong
carry on,
around
mate.
midfield. Yeah, I mean, Hull, 4th highest average possession, 3rd highest passing accuracy in the division, the short passes per match, and is behind Leicester and Southampton. So I think Ipswich maybe have a reputation perhaps from League One more than the Championship of holding onto the ball and having that short possession. Actually, Ipswich a lot more direct and get the ball up the pitch really quick. They do have those spells of, you know, long possession, but generally actually Ipswich a bit more try to get up there and a little bit less patient with their build-up, whereas Hull are. And so I'd expect Hull to have more of the ball. That doesn't really concern me at this stage.
There's one in the channel for Hirst. Collects it and turns inside. Goes out towards the right-hand side. Turns it into Chaplin. Burns.
I was thinking
Burns beats
Wes Burns.
Philogene. Chaplin into the box. Crosses it in. It hits Hirst up the backside. And Hull are going to clear their lines, are they? Yeah, Jacob goes long. It's a horrible ball by Jacob. Going to win it back, though. Ooh, Chaplin, careful there. Little drag backheel attempt by Hutchinson. And yeah, it was just getting Chaplin on the ball for the first time, 18 minutes. And it's going to be a throw-in down the right, which Tuanzebe is going to take. 0-0. Flipped up off Carvalho. Morsey strong. Tuanzebe. Burns looked offside. Flag stays down. Burns knocks it inside to Chaplin. Chaplin back to Burns. You get the cross in. He can. Oh, poor clearance! And into the back of the net by George Hirst. He's back in the team. And he's back in the goals. And Ipswich going to be back in the Premier League. Hull 0. Ipswich 1. Whoa, Rich.
Well, we were speculating. He looks knackered, does George Hirst, but he won't care. And typically, great Ipswich move down the right-hand side. I was thinking Chaplin had a chance to cross just before and probably picked the wrong option. Patient this time, worked with Burns, deflected, missed. Who swipes at it? I'm not sure who swipes at it, but falls to Hirst perfectly on the penalty spot, Ben, and he just drives it home. No messing.
It's a bad
really
mistake,
good goal,
isn't it, on the near post? I can't see who swings and misses there.
Let me see if
we haven't noticed. Oh, it's a good finish by Hirst. He tucks it away nicely first time. It's a big miss kick.
Morton, I think, Ben swipes at it.
What? So he's covering him from central midfield. I guess, like so. You said, they've got the throw in, and they're kind of everyone's a bit deeper than they would otherwise be. And George, yeah, they've just literally put the camera close up, bless him, on his
poor guy.
To be fair, he was taking the centre. Wow, Hull 0, Ipswich 1, 18 minutes gone. And for some reason, that's made me more nervous.
I've got another stat for you, but I'm gonna keep it for a while. That's kicking.
Is that a low head or a high foot or a bit of both?
Where's Dave Diamond when you need him?
Probably like the rest of us, sitting in a dark room with his phone on, do not disturb. And the one thing we know about Dave Diamond is he doesn't know how to put his phone on do not disturb. So there we go.
Evening, Dave. We love you.
Greaves. Little knock inside to Jones. Giveaway there. Morsey scoops it up. Morsey to Chaplin.
Oh, it's no coincidence, Ben. Burns and Hirst, isn't it? And a lot of Ipswich fans really excited. Obviously, this time last year, we just got through the Barnsley win, where both those guys were really, really important for Ipswich's promotion running towards the end of that season. But Burns down that right-hand side, we have missed him. And it's no coincidence that Chaplin hasn't been maybe his normal potent self without Burns in the team as well. That, there's our mate Harry from Bath, who watched Blue Monday for a while, remember, Harry and his covalent bonds, but there are partnerships and pairings across the pitch. And it feels like for me, Chaplin and Burns is maybe an unsung one there down that right-hand side. So no surprise that Burns is back in the team and Chaplin's getting involved and Hirst finishing it off. A little bit of fortune in there as well, though, Ben, with the deflection and the slight effort to clear it. So, but yeah, Hull haven't really settled that well, have they?
Oh, Davis has pinched that. Good covering, though, by Amur, who's done really well, actually, especially if he finds an orange shirt with that. Sorry, amber shirt. Apologies to all Hull fans. They don't like that sort of thing, do they?
I thought Hull were better on the ball in that passage just before Ipswich scored, though, which is interesting. But
Hull look a bit more aggressive since they've conceded. Certainly, here's Tufan. Here is Morton. Lots of space on the right-hand side of the box. Little knock inside. Carvalho shooting chance, edge of the box. Carvalho tries to pick out the corner there. I'm not sure what Hladky's body language in goal there said. Was that, I've got this covered, or was that, I'm not going to get it? We'll let you judge, Rich, on the replay.
Oh, I think he's misjudged that completely. He's not. Look how far away he is as well.
Well, it should be a corner as well.
Yeah, deflected. Hladky, not great across his far post. So I'm not surprised he's tested him there. Again, it's an effort from the edge of the area, though. There's not a huge amount. This appears to be a bit of, what's all going on here?
Well, Carvalho's right. It should be a corner. Yeah. I don't think they've given him a corner there.
I don't think it's going in, by the way, but it's nevertheless, I think it is deflected. It takes it out.
Sky have just frozen that moment where I said Burns looked offside. I don't know if he was actually offside in the build-up there. Do you remember in the build-up to that? I said Burns looks offside, didn't I? As he was walking back into the shot. I can't tell, by the way, but Sky froze it either to confirm he was or wasn't.
Oh, look who's having an injury break.
Stop it, don't. By the way, speaking of injury breaks, guys, you can have a drinks break up there, courtesy of the fine people at Beer 52. If you look on the crawler down the bottom, you'll get a little bit of help with that as well. All you have to do is pay for the postage, and you get that lovely kind of box of 8 beautifully curated beers from Beer 52. The postage is £5.95. You get the box, you get magazine, you get some bar snacks as well, and 8 beers from all around the world. It is www.beer5252.com/bloom. It's ticking across the bottom there. Loads of you lot have done it. I really, really appreciate it. Rich, you've had some as well, haven't you?
I just got my second box last week, actually. And another perk that Ben doesn't talk about is the awkward conversation with the delivery driver. Goes, "I've got your beer for you," as if I'm like, I've got a problem or something. It's like, no, don't worry about it,
mate. If you knew about my missus' addiction for buying books off Vinted, me and the delivery driver just look at each other every day and just laugh now. There's no words, just yeah. See you tomorrow, mate. Yeah. Right. Here is Jones. Gets it back off Amur. Trying to do the old central midfield rotation and finding the pockets either side. The lad Amur has done that well a few times. And Tuan Xavier keep that in. Looked like that went out, didn't it?
I thought that went out.
Yeah. So did whoever's warming up down there. But not given. Picked up by Philogene.
Karate there from Chaplin.
Some Bruce Lee stuff by Connor Chaplin.
He fought Chuck Norris in Way of the Dragon.
Correct. Amur. Inside it goes to Morton, Greaves, Jacob. Little nick on it by Burns, but they played around the corner nicely. And Morton knocks that out wide to Slater. Good move this. Amur crosses in, blocked out. Corner, Hull. Dangerous again, Rich. Just playing right through the middle of the pitch every time as well.
Yeah, and there's always seemingly someone out wide over in space as well. Ipswich back four really narrow. It does appear every time that there's a ball, it's going out wide. But yeah, quick through the thirds, isn't it? And a corner.
Corner to Hull. In it goes. Big header by Wolfenden. It's a recycle from Amur. Seri. floaty one in. They get the first contact. And Carvalho hits the shot. Big block by two. And Zabi there. Didn't look like it was going in the corner, but it was certainly going to trouble the keeper.
Hit it hard, didn't he?
Yeah.
Side foot volley, was it, I think?
I think he might have stuck his laces through it, but if that gets past that defensive line, there's a foul on Carvalho again, who's, as you'd imagine, for a Liverpool player who was a young player of the year in the Championship in 21-22. He's causing plenty of problems, Rich.
Yeah, beating the turf there, trying to give the referee a decision. I think it'll be a chat with Tuanzebe, which it is, but it's a good position this for Hull. It's just, I thought Tuanzebe did really, it's not much in it, is there? I think the referee got that right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Tuanzebe did well to block the shot initially, but he's let himself down a little bit there. Not a great position to give away a free kick. And Ipswich are guilty of that. We've obviously spoken about this a few times. Ipswich giving away silly free kicks around the box. Need to be careful.
Morton and Amur. Amur with the left foot, Morton with the right foot. Jones is on the back post. I assume Greaves is in there somewhere, but Sky haven't given us the wide shot yet. Morton's run away, so it's definitely going to be Amur with the left foot. Great delivery. Oh, it's a brilliant free kick, Rich. Tuanzebe clears it.
Hashtag corridor of uncertainty. I mean, it's right in front of Hladky, isn't it? And Hladky stays put, doesn't move.
It doesn't get better than that delivery.
And Tuanzebe does really well, doesn't he? And
Tufan on the.
Does he close his eyes, Tufan, there? Because if he gets anything on that, it's a goal.
Yeah,
the free kick has done all the hard work for him.
Brilliant free kick, that wasn't it? It's a throw in, not a corner, which Matty Jacob is going to hurl in. No, he's not. Goes short to Carvalho. Jacob beats Chaplin easily. Cross goes in, headed out by Luongo. Morsey helps it on its way.
Hull have just played that all the way back there. Ipswich, I was criticising Hull for this earlier. Ipswich really slow to get out. Ball over the top. I thought Ipswich were really slow to get out, and Hull, I don't know why they played it all the way back home to Allsop there when they could have kept the pressure on a little bit. Everything all right, mate? Do you want me to keep going?
My live has been stopped due to inactivity. Does that mean inactivity from me? I don't know what
on TikTok
is this. To do. There you go. We are back up and running on TikTok.
Hi, TikTok. They can't hear me, so it doesn't matter.
No, they can't. It's just a big, bold silence. Here comes Hutchinson down the left-hand side. Hutchinson having a run at Jones into the box. A foul.
Yep.
And it's going to be a free kick. Really clumsy that from Jones.
He's not happy there, but it's a nudge in the back, and he's lucky it's not a couple of yards further into the box because that's where Hutchinson's going.
Yeah.
I mean, shoves his hand in his face as well. It's really clumsy. Hutchinson's got nowhere to go there, by the way. He's the furthest player up the pitch for Ipswich there. So just stick him out by the corner flag. You don't need to force the issue.
Leif Davis is Leif Davis is taking the free kick. I think we all know the subtext of that, don't we?
Keeping a lookout for the baseball kind of gestures to figure out where the set piece is going. It's kind of Chaplin, isn't it?
Normally does, doesn't it?
Davis.
And it goes low. It does go to Chaplin. Deflected for a corner. The whole league knows it's going to Chaplin, Rich, but it still gets there.
That's really poor, isn't it? That's Tufan who should really pick it up. That's not his job, though, is it?
Seri gets something on it. It's going to be a corner to Ipswich.
And I nearly spoke over it if it had gone in, so apologies. I won't do that again.
Davis swings it in left-footed. Oh, there's a touch on the near post, I think, but I thought it was Burgess, but they got the camera on Luongo. I think he might have slid in afterwards.
It ends with Luongo, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a chance, isn't it? Burgess knocks it on. Oh, it's a chance for Luongo.
Just dink it over the top.
Foot round it, Rich. That'll swell the XG, won't it?
Yeah, he needs to kind of dink underneath it. I mean, it's difficult. He's falling over, isn't he? At that point, Allsop's out quickly. To be fair to him as well, but yeah, another moment from Ipswich from a set piece.
Inside it goes to a Morton. Carries it down the line, double team, and Leif Davis knocks it home to Hladky, who pings it into Hirst, who was coming from an offside position. Omar, who's pretty good actually, isn't he? The little is he another Turkish fella? Yeah.
I think so. He's on loan from Burnley.
No, that's Zaruri. Omar, where did he come from? No blooming clue. Korea. Trabzonspor. Looks like he's their player as well. Obviously, Hull taken over. I can't remember when it was by Mr. Ilichali, who likes to shop in the Turkish market, let's just say. Nice play by Ipswich. Heavy touch by Morsey, but he has a habit of having a heavy touch and then still managing to win it back. Fair comment for $4.5 million. I hope he's all right. Yeah. I refer you to my comments on maybe their need to sell in the summer at Hull. They've invested. No, I think Philogene was like 6 million or something as well, wasn't he? Done some real good investment in the team, but we know it's only good investment if you either get promoted or don't breach, isn't it, these days? So
I thought Amur was a couple of mil, but their backup keeper Panda is 1.8 million. So and Carvalho will be a chunky loan fee, won't he? Definitely. He might be paying all his wages potentially.
33:29 on the clock. Hull 0. Ipswich 1. George Hirst, the goal scorer, in minute 19 from a Wes Burns cross after a missed kick. There is Leif Davis attempting to win a free kick again. Not succeeding, Rich.
Yeah, that was just looked more like an innocent trip than a foul. He's not going to get those, is he? He needs to be careful. He's chill out, Leif. It's fine.
That is an unforced error, although there was a blue sock on it last, so it is going to be a Hull throw-in.
Advert there for Tuesday night, Ben. Coventry, Ipswich. Are you going to be? You joining me in the West Midlands or Warwickshire for that one?
I don't know. I'll tell you at 11 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
Here is Jacob. Back to Allsop. Closed down by Hirst, but Allsop plenty of time. Gets it out to Jones. Slater. Cruyff turned by Slater. Back in to Jones. Ipswich pressing and Hull playing right through it. There's a big one forward. Looking for Tufan. Zabi's got in all kinds of problems. Philogene is in. It's a big save. Well, Tufan thinks he got fouled by Zabi. Zabi thinks he got fouled by Tufan. Zabi's been yellow carded, but there was no foul given, so I assume that's for dissent. And I've got no idea what happened then, Rich. Clear this up.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a foul at the time. Zabi, drags him back. He's lucky there, but it's a good advantage. I don't know how the referee can card Zabi for a foul he's given an advantage for, but that's an arm. He's got him in a headlock. Foul, but good save from Hladky in amidst all of that. And now Ipswich have got a right back on a yellow card, which is not good. Down that side particularly. That's
given Hull a little bit of sort of impetus, and they've won themselves a corner. It was just a big boot forward, wasn't it? But they caught Ipswich out. Corner's taken quickly. Philogene, Amur, plenty of space. Got a great left foot. In comes the cross again. It's going to go loose edge of the box. Knocked in. Volleyed goalwards by Jaden Philogene, who's probably the player you wanted it to fall to. And if I'm Ipswich, I'm going to try and take at least 45 seconds to take this goal kick and take the sting out of Hull, who are on top here, Rich.
Yeah, who's running in on the edge? Because I think Greaves takes it away from Seri, is it possibly? There, 24
Yeah.
Seri, isn't it? Who's probably got a better vantage point. It's not a great strike from Philogene. He's probably not expecting it to bounce there, but a lot of chaos in the Ipswich box at the moment. Admittedly, they're not getting shots away. Wes Burns not happy about something?
No, where's Burns? Has he got to change something? Has he changed boots or anything? I don't know. He's off the pitch anyway. With the fourth official that looks like Rebecca Walsh. On the basis it's the only female one that we have, easily identifiable. Wes Burns, I'm off the effing pitch. Let me back on. We can all lip read that, Wes. Philogene coming down the left. Tuan Zabi goes touch tight, and that is. I thought Tuan Zabi was going to smash him then. I was like, mate, don't tackle him. You're literally getting red carded. Wes Burns is
not happy, is he?
Completely lost his mind. Still got no idea, Rich, why he went off.
No. This has gone out for a goal kick, hasn't it? A Morsey shirt pull, Tuan Zabi shirt pull. Oh, and Philogene gives it up rather than trying to actually make the cross. But yeah,
it's a bit outside of a bunch of houses.
Got to be away from home, sorry, we as in Ipswich have got to. It's not going to be a nice, pretty game for Ipswich. This.
There's a foul by Sam Morsey. Please don't give him yellow card number 14.
Doesn't look happy, does he, Sam? I looked a bit marginal, that one as well, but Ipswich need to, clear their heads a little bit here. It's a little bit panicky. They're the away team as well. I'm sure the MKM is getting a bit rowdy and noisy as well. Another set piece, another free kick given away. Ipswich needs to chill out. Everyone needs to chill out.
Amur then with the free kick, left-footed, in it comes. Another good delivery, headed away on the near post. Lovely shape on those curling left-footeds. He's gone with a flat one there. I gave him the big up, and of course he puts a crap ball in the box in straight after.
And fair play, we're used to Chaplin being the near post option for Ipswich's attacking free kicks. He'd figured out the last time around and was the player in the near post target and headed it away. So smart from Chaplin at least there to try and defend that one better.
38:50 on the clock. Hull 0, Ipswich 1. Hull have got it in the back four. Gone forward long. Unforced error. Throw in. Ipswich.
Ben, Amur's only got 2 assists to his name, and I think we said he's a January signing possibly, so that's not too bad. But Hull do have a good number of goals from set pieces. 7 is the 5th highest in the division. So this threat that Ipswich keep giving them opportunities, that really needs to stop, or they need to figure out a strategy for it. That's the trouble. Hull will play, and they've got the quality up there to get in behind as well, especially down the wide positions. Now Tuan Zabi's on a yellow. He will be targeted as well. And Morsey.
Oh, given away by Morsey. It's going to be a huge chance here. Seri knocks it in. 2-fan 1-1. It's a horrible goal from Ipswich. Sam Morsey gets robbed on the edge of the box. Seri knocks it on. 2-fan sticks it into the back of the net. Hull have been the better side for the recent 5-10 minutes. And there is the equaliser. Hull 1, Ipswich 1. Oh, Rich, that's horrible from Morsey, isn't it?
Yeah, the last person you'd expect to do it. But Ipswich haven't really figured out whether they're going to go long or short from these goal kicks out. Siri keeps it alive. Like he kind of forces the decision there. It's a good pass and lay off. And to be fair to 2-fan, there's a guy on the line and it's Wolfenden or Burgess. Wolfenden and sticks it high into the net. It's a good finish, isn't it? Good curling finish. But of all the Ipswich players you'd expect to concede possession there, well done by Seri. Well done by 2-fan, but that is a massive brain fart by Ipswich, really. There's no need to concede the possession there. Just get it up the pitch, perhaps, try and get Hirst into it. But you're right, Hull have been the better team in the last 5. Ipswich kind of heads gone a little bit, giving away free kicks, making decisions for the referee. Just need to get to halftime maybe and settle things down a bit.
Oh. Live league table. Ipswich dropped from 2nd into 3rd as Sky put it up on the screen, and we are back where we started. Here's Hutchinson down the left wing for Ipswich. Morsey, Burgess, Chaplin. Nice little dummy by Davis. Hutchinson beats his man. Can you keep that in? Just crossing position for Davis. In it goes left-footed. Burns arriving. Good cover from Jacob.
Ipswich immediately back on the front foot, Ben, having not been in the game in an attacking sense for about seemingly 10 minutes.
Yeah. Strange how that happens, isn't it? You think Hull would just keep the momentum up, but here comes Hutchinson again down the left. Oh, nice turn again. Rolled back heel. Luongo. It's going to be a goal kick. I think Luongo was looking for a foul there. He doesn't get it. And we are 3 minutes from half time. And Sky have just put a little stat up to match our eye test there. All the last 10 minute stats show that goal was probably coming, wasn't it?
Yeah, but then Hladky hasn't done a huge amount preceding it. It's kind of very similar to the Ipswich goal in the fact that Allsop hadn't really done much. He palmed away a long range from Morsey, which is a bit speculative, but suddenly out of nowhere the chance comes, and that's how quickly things change, isn't it? And it just takes one mistake. We saw it from Morton down the other end for Hull. Just one little. These teams are so good. The attacking quality is so quick that you can't afford to make mistakes around your penalty area. It just gets punished.
Throw in the technical area right on halfway to Hull, which Jacob is going to take. I haven't checked my match bingo card, by the way. Take my mind off life for a minute, won't it? Hey? I mean, not too bad. Middle squares are struggling as always. Here comes Wes Byrne down the right-hand side. Burns into Hirst. Chaplin pops it outside to Leaf Davis. Davis inside to Luongo. Luongo, one more on for Davis. He's not offside, strangely. Chaplin, Luongo, Morsey. Hutchinson tries the back heel, doesn't come off. Ipswich have been the better side since they conceded. Maybe Hull have retreated a bit. Davis, nice little ball inside. Hirst turns. Good defending by Jones. Burns on the right-hand side. Burns turns inside Philogene, but Philogene nicks it off him. Here come Hull on the counters. A foul on Carvalho, but it's got it back to Philogene. Tuanzebe gets back in there. And the advantage comes to nothing, Rich.
No, that's a yellow card for Burns if he stops the game, isn't it? Because a clear foul, lunging tackle. And Burns, for some reason, cutting on his weaker left. Well, maybe it isn't that much weaker, but cuts in there where he should just cross it in. That frustrates, I think, a lot of football fans. What do we know? Is there a belated yellow card for Burns here?
Yeah, he seems to be heading in that direction, doesn't he?
So Ipswich's right-hand side now fully guarded, which is not helpful. But yeah, I just think
chasing back his own mistake, isn't he?
Yeah, it cuts off his own option. I mean, it's a sensible kind of foul to stop the move, but the ball's gone at that point. 7 yellows for Burns. Naughty.
Chaplin out to Burns. Goes down the line, tries to put the cross in. Gets a deflection, and it's volleyed away. It's going to be a throw-in for Ipswich. 3 minutes of stoppage time. We've played 25 seconds. Tuanzebe takes the throw in. Wolfenden, little poke outside of the foot. Morsey, Chaplin tries to cross it in, headed away by little Amur. Burgess, Davis, Luongo, Davis. Back to Luongo. It's a brilliant pass by Davis. Luongo into the box. Great defending by Amur. What pass by Davis, Rich?
Yeah, and Luongo's starting to get more into it. I thought he'd been a bit quiet, but there's a couple of times now he's got in down there. Last time was a free kick. Tries to get the cross, but yeah, that's a great sliding tackle there by Amur, isn't it? He's had a good half, actually. A couple of testing set pieces, getting back and helping out as well.
Agreed. Corner for Ipswich then, 46-18 on the clock. Davis left-footed, in it comes. Headed away on the near post. Wolfenden, ball that to Hutchinson inside the box, goes on the left foot. Hutchinson hits it into the top corner. Oh my goodness me! Hull have been the better side. They got the equaliser, and Omari Hutchinson pinged one top corner, left-footed, and right before half time. It's Hull 1, Ipswich 2, and a particular pat on the head from Sam Morsey didn't go unnoticed there. Rich.
What a goal that is. That is a cracking finish. You have to say the kind of covering from Hull, it's Philogene facing off to Hutchinson, needs some help there. But once he's got past him, that is just cutting under the bar as well as he goes in. Unsavable to me. It's a great goal. You know, Ipswich have done really well since conceding the equaliser, haven't they? We kind of talked about passages and momentum. Ipswich's centre-backs, Burgess, Wolfenden pushing up. Wolfenden is obviously the last man defending the set piece if Hull counter-attack. He's smart. He could have had a shot or lashed one in there, but he passes it wide. Hutchinson calm, but cuts it in on his, I guess, weaker foot, Ben. But what a goal that is.
Wow. And it's one where Kieran McKenna would have just been set for, right, 1-1, half-time, move on. And Premier League loaney individual quality, wasn't it, from Hutchinson? And wow, Hull 1, Ipswich 2. Free kicks are Hull, though. It's going to be the last phase of play of the half, and they may as well stick this into the box, see if they can get it back to 2-2 before we go to half time. Sherry's going to pop it in right-footed, and it goes. Greaves completely free to win the first header. Headed clear, and Hutchinson hooks it on, and surely that's going to be half time.
Well done, Chaplin, forcing the pass back to keeper.
We're still going. Big one forward. Wolfenden heads away. Hirst flicks it on. Why is this so stretched? Oh, that's going to be a yellow card for who was it? Fabio Carvalho. I think you used the term, Richard, a few minutes ago, a necessary or a clever foul. There's a rugby tackle for you.
Finally, Davis at the third attempt gets his free kick down that side. But yeah, an extra minute there. I'm not sure what the referee, maybe Ipswich over-celebrated their goal. I don't know. But there's a risk here that Hull could concede another one. This going on. That'll be it.
Free kick taken short. And referee Kitchen blows for half time. I mean, just absolutely nerve-jangling stuff at the MKM, Rich. Not a lot in it at all before the opening goal. George Hirst pops it in. Ipswich didn't really have control of the game at that point, and it was very, very even as a miss kick. Hirst finishes it well. It's fairly even for the next 10 minutes. Then I think from 30 to 40, thought Hull were good value, and they pushed, and they deserved the equaliser, really, didn't they? And honestly, either word lucky or fortunate, just happenstance the Ipswich going 2-1 at half time. It's just, stoppage time, just a bit of insane quality, isn't it, to give Ipswich the lead? But that can come at any point, Rich, during the game, not necessarily. But I think 1-1 would have been a fair reflection of the half, but Ipswich going 2-1 up.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right about the spells that each team have had. There's certainly, I think Hull have had better care of the football. Maybe not the chances that Ipswich have had. There's a few marginal moments. Obviously, we talk about the Luongo effort that's quite close in, etc. I think Ipswich are probably in the final third been a little bit better. Hull have had some good set pieces, but you have to say when Ipswich conceded that really poor, from a defensive perspective, that really poor equaliser, really well taken by Tufan, by the way. Ipswich really stepped it up, and as the home team, you kind of expect that the home team.
Can I just challenge you on that? Do you think Hull just retreated a bit when they scored?
I don't know. Maybe that was.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because it was straight from the centre, wasn't it?
It did feel like. Yeah, if it was an instruction, I think it's backfired, because I think I don't know whether Ipswich have got. We know that McKenna's quite astute that he plays the game in phases. And maybe Ipswich were hoping to not concede in that 30 to 40-minute stretch, try and keep it quite a low percentage game, frustrate Hull a little bit. And it was kind of working until they had the brain fart out from the back. But the preceding the Hutchinson goal, which is a fantastic goal, and as you say, a bit out of the blue in terms of how it came about, Ipswich were the better team for me. A set piece that preceded it, a couple of forays forward, the centre-backs were bombing on. So Ipswich finished a half the better. But overall, you're right, Ben, a draw would have been a fairer reflection, I think, of how the whole half worked out.
Let me look at the numbers. I want you to have a think about the red card risk as well against Philogene down Ipswich's right-hand side. So the numbers say 60-40 to Hull on the possession, 1.2 to 0.82 on the XG, but the chance quality better for Hull. But you look at the shot count, 7 each, 3 on target each, although 3 big chances for Hull, and you can see the XG of Hutchinson's goal up on the left there, 0.02. Yeah, they've scored a worldie basically. I don't want to do this, Rich, but let's have a look at the live league table, which, as things stand, I'm not even going to finish the sentence. I'll show you the live league table.
There's the league table. Look at it with your eyes.
That's the league table. You can look at it. You can comment on it. You do what you like. I'm not going to do my job. Let's get some comments here. David, you boys are mad doing a watch along. Fair, probably. Hirst, right time, right spot. Yeah, that's very true. Striker's job. And he did react, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it'd be, sorry, Ben, just very quickly on that. I think it'd have been really easy for Hirst to take his eye off the ball, because it's not only is the cross being kind of swiped at, it's gone through someone's legs as well. He's hit that really firmly first time. So that's a really fair point that Hirst is really smart to be alert to that, especially as he's not played in 3-4 months.
Jack, you're entitled to not enjoy the playing out, but that was not Morsey being sold short. I'm sorry. He had 2 touches at that. He turned into trouble, gave it away. I don't think there was anything wrong with the pass. I love Sam Morsey, but that's really not on the
It's just a bad first touch from Morsey.
Yeah.
You've got to give credit to the whole press as well. They were on him in a flash, Seri particularly. But Morsey offers himself to Hladky for those short passes every single week, and maybe Hull knew that.
I think Luke Chambers in the studio.
Is our mate.
Be interesting to see what his take is. I'm going to hold fire because we're going to get to see the goals here. Is Burns offside? I wonder if they'll give us the. It's so hard to tell. Isn't it? I think there was a camera angle. It was that one there, wasn't it?
I think there's maybe someone in the centre playing him on blue tinted.
I have to say, you're right. So poor from Seri not stopping the cross from Burns. Is he right? Go on, give us a pause now. No, he's on, isn't he? Greaves is playing him on in the middle.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
it's because he's leaning. It looks worse.
Stop the cross there. You're right in the corner. But I assume Liam Rossini will be absolutely furious that, given from the crossing position, there's literally a midfielder a yard away. Let's have a look at this.
I mean, Ipswich have got this under control here. Tufan, to be fair to him, we kind of talked about what's he going to do. He's part of the build-up, but it's just...
To be fair to the commenter, he could have passed it to his right foot, couldn't he?
Could have gone to Burgess, could have gone to Wolford in here, and then Morsey's surrounded very quickly, isn't he?
Yeah. Maybe the commenter's more right than I thought, but I think Morsey is more than capable of. He's just too slow on that. He's not got the time to take 2 touches and then pass that. It's got to be.
Got to give credit to Seri, Ben. I thought he's done really well there.
Yeah.
This is like Wolford could lash that.
Goal. Yeah. Philogene doesn't do a hell of a lot wrong there, does he? Shows him.
I think
I know he's a left footer, but shows him inside, doesn't he?
I assumed that left foot is Hutchinson's weaker foot, so no one's can be really expecting that. But you kind of think maybe the left back gets out there. Seri maybe a little bit quicker to engage, but
remember they're
credit
coming
Hutchinson.
from a defensive set piece set up, aren't they? So you're kind of
Ipswich are flooded forward, haven't they? And the centre backs are in there. So, but yeah, in terms of narrative, there's the goal celebration's back. In terms of narrative, Ipswich will not care how the points are, how they're earned, if they're earned. It's we were talking about this with Leicester West Brom a few weeks ago, weren't we? Hull probably, on the face of it, and if I'm more neutral, have done better with the ball, have probably created the better openings, the set pieces in particular, but Ipswich have just scored goals when they needed to, and that's kind of the difference.
Right, I need a coffee, you lot, so I'm going to play the lovely reggae music, which is going to last 3 minutes 49 seconds. If you want to get any questions in, please do go and grab yourself a drink, but I'm wired anyway. I need coffee. Go and get yourself a beer, Rich. Don't go anywhere. If you're on TikTok, I'll be back in 3 minutes and 49 seconds unless TikTok shuts me off again. We'll see you all in just under 4 minutes. Go and get a cup of tea, cup of coffee, beer, something stronger. Welcome back, everybody. It's half time on the watch along tonight. It's Hull City 1, Ipswich Town 2 in a nerve-jangling end of season matchup in the EFL Championship. We were brought to you by Match Bingo and about to go into the second half. Let's have a look.
Tell you what, Ben, that percentage countdown has real jeopardy about it. Can I do a drink and a comfort break and get back here in time? So it was quite a fun challenge. It's like a Top Gear challenge, kind of condensed into 4 minutes.
I've had a whole look. Someone's asking decaf coffee, mate. Not tonight. That is full strength late at night coffee. I got coffee pods at one point that poured too slowly as well, so it was real jeopardy stuff. And it's raining outside, and we've got decking out the back there after walk through, and that's the way I'm going to die. Walking along out the back there in the rain, in between trying to get back from half time and going A over tea kettle. Tomorrow night, Monday night, excuse me. Preston versus Leicester. I'll read the room here. Not sure we need to do a watch along on that one. Leicester, the plan was we were going to watch that and Leicester were going to get promoted that night because Leeds weren't going to go under 4-0 at blooming QPR. But so we may well not be here. But Rich, the Blue Monday podcast will be happening tomorrow night.
Yeah, with our three mates who are at the game, first-hand recounting of however this pans out. So yeah, 8 p.m. on our channel. Thanks to the folk who are watching over there as well. Please give us a like there too. We should do a like spot later on. But yeah, Mikey, Craig and Joe are helming the Flagship Show. And I think we'll do a bonus little 50 minutes about Coventry for Tuesday as well. So plenty of stuff coming up, and then pre-match back for Huddersfield. And then yeah, wow. What might be next week?
Yeah, let's
not talk about it.
Get through the next hour. I reckon.
Totally.
We did a bit of chat before the stream about the relegation picture and what's going on. So just to keep you all up to date with everything. So Rotherham went down a few weeks ago now in that game against Plymouth. Huddersfield have joined them to all intents and purposes. It's one of those, isn't it, where they're down, but they're not down until it's confirmed that there's not a 15-goal swing between Huddersfield and Plymouth next week. But massive weekend. Birmingham faced Norwich at St Andrews. Birmingham have to win, or they need to draw and need Hull, who we're watching right now, to absolutely take Plymouth to school and beat them, by 5 goals, basically. I think looks like the necessary. Stoke and QPR are safe after this weekend. Blackburn, Sheffield Wednesday are not safe, but as we went through it, Rich, the chances of Birmingham beating Norwich, plus Plymouth beating Hull, plus Sheffield Wednesday getting something and Blackburn losing, you'd say Sheffield Wednesday and Blackburn, not that they want to, might get away with a defeat next week and still stay up, right?
Yeah, it's a real shame, I guess, for Huddersfield and Birmingham that the playoff picture is still uncertain. I guess it might not be after tonight, but the fact that you've got a playoff chaser against a relegation fighter really adds an extra dimension to those fixtures, doesn't it, as well? I think it's Plymouth. Hull are at Plymouth, aren't they? And then Birmingham host Norwich. So I guess you'd want to be at home, and they both are. So that kind of cancels each other out in that respect. It just doesn't look good for Birmingham, doesn't it? It's, it's a real shame for them. And it's a really sad situation about Tony Mowbray there. But there are decisions, mitigating circumstances throughout that Birmingham season, managerial changes in particular, which you just kind of think could have been avoided. Huddersfield, it was always going to be tough for them. But given Birmingham's new owners, you kind of thought maybe they are out the woods on decisions like sacking Gary Rowett and bringing in Gianfranco Zola. But here we are. So, yeah, it's going to be a really nerve-wracking final day for those teams.
Let's talk about Liam Delap, who is coming on for Hull. And this is a attacking substitution, if ever I saw one. They've taken Morton out of central midfield and put Delap in. So Yes, they'll be slightly weaker in terms of covering central midfield, but maybe even stronger up top. We'll run through the teams properly for you in just a jiffy. But we are off in the second half of this one. It's Hull 1, Ipswich 2. Delap straight onto the ball on the edge of the box. Delap out to Philogene. Philogene pops the cross in. Tufan near post. Huge chance within 25 seconds of the second half, Rich.
Yeah, they cut through Ipswich really quickly, didn't they? Really positive movement here. Ball recycled out wide. Is it Philogene who crosses it back in? It is. And yeah, wow. Wolfenden's fallen asleep there. Tufan's kind of ghosted him in between Burgess and Wolfenden and
jumps too early, doesn't he? Jumps underneath
a little
it.
bit there. Yeah, it's not his game necessarily, but are we thinking it's a 4-1-4-1 for Hull, that formation? I think Seri's sitting, isn't he?
I guess they'll put he's the only one in there at the moment. I guess Amur will drop in there with him, but yeah, potentially Seri on his own single pivot, to use a horrible football term that people yell at me for using in the chat.
Yeah, I'll get the ball forward
properly.
Quickly. Sorry, mate.
No, my bad. Actually, no. Hutchinson tries to turn his man. Right, let me do him now. There'll never be a good time. So Allsop in goal for Hull, as Rich pointed out. Our best idea so far is it's a 4-1-4-1 now. So Slater, Jones, Greaves, Jacob, Seri in front of the back four now with Amur, Carvalho, Philogene and Tufan. Tufan in central midfield, obviously. And Liam Delap is on and up front for Ipswich. Sladke in goal. Tuanzebe, Wolfen and Burgess Davis. Morsley, Luongo, Burns, Chaplin, Hutchison and George Hirst. And Hull starting this second half very nicely. Philogene down the left. We're expecting to see a sub down the right-hand side at some point in the next 20 minutes for Ipswich, given the yellow card situation. Worrying stuff. I'll bring you in a sec, Rich. We'll just let this whole phase of play culminate in whatever it's going to culminate in. Greaves, lovely ball out to Philogene. Inside it goes. Carvalho. Philogene goes again. Tuanzebe does not draw the foul. It's going to be a corner for Hull. This is excellent from Hull, Rich.
Yeah, no surprise they're targeting that right-hand side. Or quick one, sorry.
Carvalho to Philogene. Cross comes in, left footed to the back stick. It's a big shirt pull there. Into the box it goes. Tufan has missed again, and I'm going to be very interested to see that shirt pull as the cross goes in. Hull are all over Ipswich here, Rich.
Yeah, here comes the replay. A short routine Ipswich didn't really set. Chaplin doesn't do much. He's looking for someone to back up and cover Philogene. No one does. Loop to the back post. Oh, that's a big foul by Davis. That looks very foully.
Yeah. I think if Delap was challenging for the ball, then he would have got a penalty, wouldn't he?
He's not engaging behind. It's off the ball, but nevertheless, yeah,
behind the play,
winding up, aren't they? And why wouldn't you? That kind of a defeat here ends the season for them, doesn't it? So Rossini is not going to. It's not for the want of trying on his part.
Yeah, really good, aggressive start to the second half from Hull. Ipswich can't get hold of the ball. Got to weather this storm. Tuanzebe clears down the line. Chaplin tries to draw a foul. I didn't see a foul there.
I think it's an Ipswich throw.
Yeah, throwing to Hull. Julian, keep the ball, Town. Sounds like a good idea. Perko. £5 super chat from a Leeds fan. Say, get it done. Put us Leeds out of our misery. Thank you, Perko, for the super chat. Very, very, very kind. The most sadistic super chat I think we've ever had, Rich, on the watch along. Down the line that goes looking for Burns. Nicely dealt with, and Burns wants to take the throw in quickly. Connor Chaplin is doing exactly what I would do. And stop. Yeah. Slow this thing down, for God's sake.
Yep.
Tuanzebe's pigeon stepped forward to take the throw in. Tuan Zabi wins another throw.
Ipswich keeping it down in the corner flag, Ben, 50th minute.
For the next 40 minutes. God.
You imagine. Yeah, there's McKenna.
Man.
Yeah, in terms of your right side substitution, as we said, no.
Throwing goes, it was be interested to see that one back. Probably nothing in it, but definitely something after the ball had gone there, but they never get given anyway, do they? Carvalho, little flick on, well read by Luongo, and then a horrible giveaway straight after. Jones to Greaves, and Hull have got really good pace to their play, really good intensity. Can they keep it up? Probably not. Can they score while they're doing it? Oh, here's Hirst. Hirst knocks that one on. Hutchinson was in with the right pass there, Rich.
Yeah, Hull giving the ball away in the middle of the field, doing kind of an Ipswich there. Look at the space that Burns has got down their right-hand side as they come forward again.
Hutchinson. Here's Davis. Davis stands it up to the back post. Burns arriving. Oh, great goalkeeping by Allsop then. I think he probably could have caught that, but he wasn't taking any chances.
That would have been a harsh pass back from like 1 yard out, but
volleyed it away. Davis, frantic stuff here. Davis into the box. Davis wins a corner, and you're right, Rich. If Hull continue to play in central midfield with this extra attacker on now, this is going to be basketball carnage, isn't it?
And that works for Ipswich. Ipswich's away style
doesn't work for my bloody ticker.
It doesn't work for a heart rate. I know that, but Ipswich there's a really good podcast that the club put out with Sam Morsey, and he talked openly about how they play away from home. It's a bit different now. So
Davis corner goes in, cleared out, I think, by Seri. And
they were saying how they now take pride in getting blocks in, getting stopping crosses, etc. It's a different mindset, maybe, than in League One, where you expect to have the ball home or away, as Ipswich Town. So this is the kind of game that Ipswich want, whereas I think Hull were better when they had the ball, albeit they've had the chances early doors.
Throw in, looking for Hutchinson. Amers pinched it off him.
Look how high Davis is.
Outside of the foot pass there.
Davis playing as a left winger at the moment.
Big header by Burgess.
And this is what Morsey meant to do first off.
Yeah, shrugs Carvalho off the ball. Tuan Zabi, a rare foray forward. The only time anybody who watches football ever uses the word foray. And through it goes. This is frantic stuff. Hull, noticeably, I think you're right, Rich. I think maybe you said to them at halftime, got 45 minutes to get in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, who's that? Is that Tufan is dropping in now? A little bit, maybe?
Well, yeah, I would imagine either of the Turkish lads, Tufan or Amr, could drop in and play with Seri in central midfield, but nobody is, which is good fun. Davis throws it in. Hirst is given away, and that's going to be a yellow card for Massimo Luongo.
He's got to be well into double figures for yellows. We'll find out in a second when they put the graphic up.
Yeah. Rich, I'm going to get called negative in the chat. Is that the first sign of Hirst flagging?
I was about to say Ipswich will be making substitutions there, double figures, 11 yellows. Yes, absolutely right. He's we've seen Kiefer Moore do this recently, kind of economical running, whereas Ipswich's press actually is usually engaged with a striker. Or Hull in here.
No, that stayed in. Amr picks it up. It's going on the left foot, or they're trying to stop him go on the left foot. It's good defending. Chaplin
helping out
back, does well, and clips in a really good pass. And Burns does brilliantly. Hirst looked onside to me. Hirst now powering down the left wing. Hirst, get in the box. Here he goes. Hirst onto the left foot. Oh.
Should have got the shot off, Ben, I think. Speaking from my years of experience as a championship striker. But he just shut down his options as soon as he took it left, didn't he? But nearly a great opportunity there. And this is what the game will be for Ipswich now. It will be Hull are going to force the agenda. Will they make a missed pass, and will Ipswich break? Burns did really well there, didn't he? I think the substitutions for Ipswich are going to be vital here because you've got flagging players. Here come Hull. Sorry.
Tufan driving forwards. Great run by Tufan. Still got it. Tufan, brilliant. Tufan cuts it back. Oh,
Nearly amazing, wasn't it, that?
There's a ball on to Slater for the majority of that. And don't blame Tufan for just keeping going, but there was no end product. This, Rich, I preferred this game when it was really tight and nervy. This is so open now. And there is the equaliser. Liam Delap pops it inside the 6-yard box. Carvalho down the right-hand side. It's been absolute chaos since the start of the second half. Hull, big attacking switch in their style. It's a good substitution from Rossini. It's Hull 2, Ipswich 2. Bit sleepy from the throw-in, weren't they?
Yeah, Ipswich didn't re-engage, and yeah, near post there. It's quite a similar situation to the Ipswich's opening goal, isn't it? But there's just not enough effort there, and Wolfenden's got wrong-sided Delap. The substitution has worked within 10 minutes, and it's something they were crying out for, and he's addressed it. And, can they get the momentum back, or are they going to let Ipswich back into the game again?
Well, that's the only thing, isn't it? Fair play to Rossini. He's gone pretty hell for leather pretty early in the game. So, will they keep it up and now take the lead, or are we just going to get complete chaos? Looks like chaos from the most recent phase. Chaplin.
It's a question of fitness at that point as well. Ipswich have had the 2 weeks off. You couldn't tell the difference between the two sides so far for who's had 2 weeks or who's played on Wednesday. For me, I don't think it's made any difference whatsoever. The issue, I guess, for Hull is that, well, here they come again. Yeah,
Hull are at it, aren't they? Philogene comes inside. Fouled by Tuan Zabi. Jean-Michel Seri wants a word about that. I love the way he went up and screamed at the ref, but with his hands behind his back.
Yeah, don't do the imaginary card, because that gets you a booking, but you can still ask for it verbally.
Yeah. It didn't look like a yellow card foul, I've got to say, but no. Tuan Zabi will be on the totting up process soon enough, won't they?
Yeah, another free kick conceded by Ipswich, a bit further out this time. But there's height, isn't there?
57-25 on the clock. I've downed my coffee. In goes my throat sweet, and in goes the free kick. Cleared by, the header is one, and Leif Davis volleys it clear. And Slater knocks it back to Allsop. And you would think, Rich, Kieran McKenna is going to have to respond to Liam Rossini's, it's not Hail Mary, but certainly aggressive substitution at half time.
Yeah, Jack Taylor's just gone to warm up. Just saw him just out of shot there do that. Yeah, I mean, Burns and Hirst are out the game, aren't they? Oh, here we go.
Delap tries to get away. Good cover by Wolfenden. He just pads that down the line. Davis into Chaplin. Complete hospital ball by Chaplin there. Morsey gets caught. Foul.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at the whole bench and just figuring out what more he might do. Ohio maybe might come on. But Ipswich really, I think, have the greater attacking threat on the bench. And the trouble for Hull is the longer this goes on with them, with the game still level, and them chasing for that winner, Ipswich bring on a Sarmiento, or they bring on a Caden Jackson or a Kiefer Moore. It won't take a huge amount for Ipswich maybe to get themselves a goal. So that's here we go. Triggering the chat.
Around the corner that time by Morsey. Hirst tries to roll his man, does really well. Davis. Luongo. Morsey. Lovely ball. Hutchinson. Hutchinson just gets crowded out. Wins a foul.
Yeah, I thought there was a couple of niggles in there. It's maybe a little bit soft.
Yeah, I thought it was a bad first touch there. No, it's a fair decision. And he got the arm around him.
Where's Nathan Broadhead?
Not on the bench. Leif Davis is probably going to stick this one on the back post then, or wherever Connor Chaplin is on the deck. Free kick then for Ipswich. Right, bang on the hour mark.
Looks like Burgess might be the target.
Davis pops it in, headed goalwards, hits the crossbar. It's an absolute wonder of a left foot, Davis, hasn't he?
Yeah, I thought he got that wrong, but yeah, Burgess was indeed the target. Oh, it's unmarked as well. He should do better with that, Ben.
Do you think he's
speaking
coming
from
out quite quickly? He's got a arc ahead. I think what probably makes you say that, Rich, is the keeper's completely done. So anything under the crossbar scores, then, doesn't it?
I was just thinking that he doesn't need to, he's got a really strong contact with it, and maybe he actually doesn't need to. You know, that's the defender in him, isn't it? That will, you know, you've got to win your headers. You've got to make. Oh, here we go.
Header bricks.
Yeah.
Wolfenden.
Again, Hull haven't really capitalised on their goal.
By Burns. Hirst, who's now not flagging. Hutchinson, Davis into the box. Davis on the right foot. It's a lovely first touch. He just sticks it high, wide, and legless. And here come Kiefer Moore and Jeremy Sarmiento, Rich.
Yeah, so that'll be for Burns, I suspect. Yeah, Burns and Hirst, obvious. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was clearly a planned substitution. I know the momentum of the game is maybe, you know, people will think that's kind of prompted, but these guys were never going to play the full 90, were they? So Hirst has got a goal. Burns, I think, got the assist for that one as well. Maybe they've definitely faded second half. I haven't really, apart from the breakaway that they both, you know, Burns had a cut in, didn't he? Won the ball and played in. Hirst, he didn't really make the right call at the time, but what the big call again, there's 2 weeks break that we keep talking about Ipswich having. Kiefer Moore was not 100% fit, not fully fit. It'll be interesting to see if he is now fully fit.
Philogene, Delap, Philogene, Carvalho blocked out, handball given against Luongo. Free kick to Hull.
It's not a handball 2 years ago, I don't think.
Let's have a look.
He's trying to get it. He's trying to move his hand behind his back. What's he supposed to do?
Not handball it.
Well, true.
Free kick to Hull, which Amur is. They're not even faking it now. Going quick one. Cleared away. Greaves. Now, Jeremy Sarmiento normally takes. I always give him 10 minutes, Rich, to acclimatise into any game.
He likes to get stuck in a little bit. He's sometimes a little bit iffy with it. He tries too hard and little flicks and spins and all that kind of stuff. Here goes Chaplin.
Oh, Davis pings it in. Chaplin. Oof.
You want more on the end of that, don't you?
Yeah, we saw direct passing making chances in the first half. It's Philogene for Hull. Oh, he's completely rinsed Tuanzebe there. Tuanzebe gets back. Goal side doubled up. It's absolute basketball game here. Goodness me. Luongo, Tuanzebe. Tuanzebe goes home to Hladky. Hladky to Burgess. Back to Hladky, who knocks that into Kiefer Moore, who flicks it on. And Hull win that one.
Wins come out of the sails of both teams, really. Certainly Hull, not as...
That was mental, the pace of that first 10 minutes of this half, though, wasn't it? It was never going to sustain, was it?
Yeah, exactly right. And maybe that was always the plan, is get back into the game and then keep it tight, and then last 10 will be crazy again.
Or not. Just complete shut out. Oh, man. 64-21 in this really fun football match to watch, hey? Slater.
I hope the neutrals are enjoying it.
Carvalho, lovely switch of play to Philogene. Philogene knocks it into Tufan. Sherry. Seri steps inside, runs into trouble. Sarmiento wins it. Away comes Luongo. Luongo to Moore. Great first touch by Moore. Knocks that one inside. Back to Luongo. Davis. Moore. Brilliant for Moore again. Davis. Burgess. Wolfenden. Ipswich looking after the ball nicely. Chaplin. Morsey. Chaplin. Moore. Edge of the box. Moore. Good save. That is outstanding from Ipswich.
Yeah, great move there. Moore, as you said, really great touches, really good control, coming deep to get the ball. Didn't really see a huge amount of that from George Hirst towards the end. The only criticism you'd have of that is Kiefer Moore sticks at either side of the keeper it's in. It's quite straight down his throat, as it were. But what a move. And that's Ipswich at their best, isn't it? Everyone getting involved in midfield, certainly. And yeah, good save.
Corner to Ipswich then. 66 on the clock. Referee Kitchen having a word with big Kiefer Moore. I was watching Tom Eaves play for Rotherham the other day, Rich. That guy even breathes on anyone. You get all these tall players always get fouls given against them every 3 seconds.
He's been hugged by Delap as well. He just...
In comes the set play. It's going to be another corner.
I think the easiest way to deal with this is just let everyone attack each other, Ben. Don't, no fouls. It's a free-for-all.
Davis, in comes corner number 2 onto the near post. Good from Allsop there. Punches it back to Davis. Hutchinson drills it. Oh my goodness me, he's done exactly the same thing again. What a performance by Hutchinson. This time he doesn't put it in the top corner. He fires it. Coming into the far corner. Hull 2, Ipswich 3. Jesus Christ.
Get off the floor, Ben. Can you believe it? What a goal that is.
Oh my God.
And I sat there thinking, this is a carbon copy. No one's getting out to him. I think Amura figures it out far too late, but you're not thinking he's going to shoot. And he does. Again, on the left foot, through the crowd, across the keeper.
The first one, I think, isn't it?
I think so too. It's just Hull slows to engage on.
This would be a great angle.
And it's got a little bit of dip on it as well.
Wow. Hull 2, Ipswich 3.
Omari Hutchinson right in front of the Town fans.
One of the... I'm going to go all Ipswich now. There's a hat-trick scored by Dalian Atkinson for Ipswich, which is considered the greatest hat-trick in the club's history. Give it another 20 minutes if we get another goal like that. Unbelievable. Hull 2, Ipswich 3.
Oh, they put the league table up. Put that down.
Whatever.
Put that nonsense away.
Who's seen
again, again, neutrals out there kind of thinking, well, Ipswich really haven't done anything. They've got these goals at the wrong time. This team has done this, particularly away from home. This is kind of this, Watford comes to mind, Ben. The performance there where you take the moment. You concede possession, you let the home team maybe control the match, but when you get your moments, you take them, and of course you need quality players to be able to do that. And Hutchinson, Omari Hutchinson.
Did I script this, Stefan? Mate, if it was my script, it'd be 4-0 by now. Don't worry.
It will be the 89th minute, not the 69th minute. Right, yeah, the 89th minute instead.
Jesus Christ. Leif Davis takes the throw in. Sarmiento crosses. Decent header away that. Morsey puts it back in. Good defending by Jones on Big Moore there. Ipswich with loads of players forward. Wolfenden with a horrible ball to deal with there. Does well. Delap. Oh, is that going to fortuitously go through the middle? No. Burgess clears.
Oh, look at
Hutchinson with a filthy first touch. And he's fancying this now, isn't he? Down the left wing. Hutchinson goes again. Hutchinson, incredible. Sarmiento, good save by Allsop. I don't know if I genuinely don't know if I can do this for another 20 minutes.
We need to put a vote up. Should we just lock ourselves away, turn the TV
now?
off? Yeah, again, we were kind of talking about start of the game, the selection. Hutchinson being out on the left, now on his more favoured right side. He's probably more of a 10, to be honest. But down that right-hand side now, that's an entirely new threat. Sarmiento getting involved there as well, nearly doing a Leicester away situation there as well. So, yeah, fair play to Ipswich, who've kind of taken the hit of another equaliser and settled and are now looking dangerous again.
Jones. Poor ball by Jones. Hutchinson cuts it out. If I'm Morsey, I'm giving the ball to Hutchinson every time I get it at the moment. Here he comes again. Hutchinson into the box. Hutchinson beats his man again, and it's another good save by Allsop. And Rich, the horrible cynic in my head, says, these saves, do they come back to haunt you? But Ipswich on top at the moment.
Yeah, but here go Hull now.
What a game. Carvalho brings it forward on the counter, steps inside Luongo. There's a man over here at Slater. Slater closed down by Sarmiento, who dived right in. And now we're going the other way. This is the least fun I think I've ever had in my life, by the way, guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching me.
Give us a like, folks, to reward it, or a super chat or something.
Oh, mate. Hutchinson into the box again, tries to poke it through. He just overran it. And Ipswich don't want to overcommit here. They are winning the game, Rich. And it feels like both sides are smelling goals here, don't they?
Yeah, Ipswich's shape is really all over the shop at the moment as well. We haven't seen that proper chance back that Hutchinson, the shot that Allsop saved. But I did feel at the time that there's maybe a little bit of overconfidence there taking that one on, but
he's playing brilliantly.
He's entitled to because of the previous two goals, but also Hull, I'm getting tight to him. I guess you can't. He's that kind of player, but they really aren't defending him particularly well. And Ipswich are going to keep giving the ball to him. There will be a point though, and here's a prediction where the pass to Hutchinson will be obvious, where Hull will commit to it, and they'll play it into Chaplin or Sarmiento as well and break down the other side. So Ipswich giving the whole things to think about and more pressing as well. That's what they needed. They were lacking that with kind of a not fully fit George Hirst.
Ahio is coming on for Hull in a minute, but if I saw that right on the touchline. So they're going to bring a second striker in next to Delat. Philogene knocks that back. Carvalho, lovely scoop ball to the back post. Slater. Oh, it's brilliant by Carvalho, Rich. God.
Yeah, clever finish. Good block by Davis. Was quick out there. I think generally the teams haven't defended the wide positions particularly well, but fair play to Davis. He's alert to that. But that's the quality, isn't it? And it just takes that little dink ball that just cuts a load of the Ipswich defence out. And it looks like Amur is coming off. Yeah.
Amur out, Ahio in. So 4-4-F in 2. I make that, Rich, with Ahio and Delat up front. And they're definitely going to have some threat. Corner goes in, headed clear. Hutchinson just brings it down on the edge of the box. We all fall down. Oh. And we're going to have a rest.
Take a breath.
For a minute. My God. Ticking along the bottom there, by the way, if you're in Oxfordshire, neck of the woods, I'm performing with, well, that's what I call the 90s, on May the 10th, Friday, May the 10th, at the Mill Arts Centre. Come and give us a look, give us a shout if you're interested in tickets for that one. Rich, that was Luongo jumping into Sarmiento from an Ipswich point of view. I don't know who's down for Hull, but just a quick message to all you Ipswich fans. When that stoppage time goes up at the end of the game and you want to yell at the TV, remember this.
It's 2 minutes right here. And some subs and some goals. McKenna giving Hutchinson a hug as well. He might. Yeah. It's
wow.
It's good to give a bit of I think both teams needed this breather, didn't they? Blimey. It's going to be interesting how Hull line up then. Of course, it's kind of an orthodox kind of 2 up front with Ahio, and here's the goal again. Yeah. Oh, that's the first one, isn't it?
You show both, yeah. He hits the second one harder, doesn't he?
Dips right at the end.
Brilliant.
Great
Absolutely
goal.
brilliant
Yeah.
double that, isn't it?
But as much as Hull have got, it looks like a F in 4-4 F in 2. There's a Luongo for Taylor, I think this is, for Ipswich. They've still got Tufan on the pitch. They've still got Carvalho on the pitch. They're not going to be orthodox central midfielders, are they? So it does feel like a 4-2-4 maybe.
That is a very interesting sub from Kieran McKenna, who's put Travis and Taylor in for Chaplin and Luongo. It's rare we see him do that. I think that might be the first time he's gone and locked up a 3-man central midfield. I don't remember him. I'm sure he'll put Taylor a bit.
Taylor will be a 10, I think.
10 position, but that's very much out of possession, stop the midfield, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, Travis will drop in if needed. Taylor will drop in and make it a midfield 3, but I do expect it to be kind of a what's the triangle with Taylor at the top of it. Maths, sorry, shapes and stuff.
An isosceles triangle.
Is it scalene? I don't know.
Cumulonimbus? No, that was geography, wasn't it?
Photosynthesis.
That's the entirety of my high school learning done there. Please, kids, try hard in school. 76-17 on the clock. Taylor gets his first touch. Here, lovely one round the corner by Moore. Taylor down the right, not on the same wavelength.
No, Taylor was smart there.
Jeremy Sarmiento.
He waited to play the ball first time because he wanted some options around him, and then
here comes Taylor again. He's got loads of space here. Taylor into the box. That's really poor from Taylor. He had loads of time there, and he went for the cutback, and it was cut out. He's just a bit cold there for his first couple of moments, Rich.
Yeah, it's a shame because 2 good moments. Here comes Ohio.
Ohio versus Burgess. Hits the shot, deflected. Where's that going? Out for a corner.
He's geeing up the crowd as well. Yeah, suddenly Ipswich committed bodies forward. McKenna won't be happy about that. Burgess, I thought, had done enough. In fact, he kind of stops some of the pace, but the deflection doesn't help Hladky. And then, he's palmed it away.
I was just waiting for that to just loop into the back of the net. Corner, Hull. Carvalho, big header by Burgess. Greaves ostentatiously hits the deck and appeals to anybody that will listen. I didn't see it, but I'll tell you what I see on the replay.
All 3 corners.
Another corner, which Carvalho is going to stick in right-footed again. Headed out by Moore. And then Burgess. And then Wolfenden. Moore has done incredibly there to pinch that off Slater. And here comes Jack Taylor. Taylor knocks it on. Sarmiento saved on, headed away. Oh, he didn't do a lot wrong. He took it first time. Allsop's had a really good second half, Rich, hasn't he?
Yeah, 2 good saves. And that's all about Kiefer Moore again. Not only has he won the header from the corner, he's won the ball back. Taylor released. I think it's the right pass to Sarmiento. Here's the challenge for, is it Davis again? Yeah, it's soft. He's grabbed him, but it's a little bit soft. Contact. He exaggerates the fall, doesn't he? There, but yeah, big moment for Ipswich there. We haven't seen the Sarmiento shot there. Maybe again too central, but well done by Kiefer Moore.
Corner, Ipswich, 79 on the clock now. Davis is going to stick it in left-footed. In it goes, blocked on the near post. The amount of people who ask this need a timer on the screen. We can't do that in StreamYard, so you're going to have to use Sky Sports timer, I am afraid. Maybe one day we'll go to a different streaming setup, but what are you going to do, hey? Hit into the channel looking for Ahio. Throw in to Hull.
And Ipswich have a man down.
Do they? Leif
Might
Davis is down.
Give us a chance. And there's another sub for Hull.
It's Ryan Giles, isn't it? Great crosser with the left foot.
Left back.
If I were them, I'd just... Sorry?
Is he a left back?
He's a winger, but he'll play... I'd stick him left back, and that's exactly what they've done. Yeah, Jacobs... no, also Slater's coming out. Maybe Jacob will swap sides and go and play right back. Giles ain't going to play down the right, put it that way. Going to have loads of stoppage time at the end of this game, by the way. At least 7 minutes, I reckon.
Yep.
80 gone. Giles into the game for Slater. Davis, what are they looking at? His right knee. Oh, no, he's feeling behind it. Now he's feeling his leg. He's feeling everything, basically. Just felt it as he was running and then sat down.
Never good.
Which allowed Hull to make their substitutions. You might see Harry Clark finish this game at left back for Ipswich.
That's already been done.
Oh, they've done it, have they? Okay.
Wow, not good for it. Yeah. Not what Ipswich fans wanted to see there. Especially with Q&As on a yellow on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a safe sub the other way, wouldn't it?
Have Ipswich now made all their subs?
What, the 3 windows? 62, 76. Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah. Jones closed down by Sarmiento, forces the error. Leif Davis goes and sits down. Will we see him on... What day are we playing Coventry, Rich? Is it
Tuesday?
Yeah, will we see him on Tuesday? Who knows?
Not by the look of it.
All will be revealed.
Is there something happened here? Oh, he's got kicked by Delap. But no, it didn't react.
Related to that, did it? Carvalho. First touch for Giles. And he draws a really soft foul from Hutchinson. And it's a free kick to Hull, which Giles himself is going to stick in the box. 82. Got to stop doing this. 51. On the clock. Giles sticks the signal up. In it comes left-footed. And Sarmiento with an incredibly panicky
great pass to Hutchinson. What are you talking about?
It's really lucky that it falls to Hutchinson, who...
He's not won a free kick, I was going to say.
Has surely got a free kick for that, yeah.
Lucky.
Hopefully, Rich, a senior player, is now having a word and calming Jeremy Sarmiento down, right?
Yeah, he didn't. There's no need to rush that at that moment.
Travis has just done that, yeah.
Yeah. Burgess geeing everyone up. I mean, this is how points are won now for Ipswich. They need to dig in. This is going to be,
brutal. Absolutely brutal. Fladkey kicks long. Hull win it back and stick it straight into the front. Clark, they've got some real running power and threat in behind now with Delap and Ahio up front, Rich, haven't they?
Yeah, and Delap is peeling off Clark at the far post as well when the ball's down the left. So keep a lookout for that. There's always an extra player. I think Philogene might have swapped sides as well.
They've got nothing to lose now. Got
absolutely
nothing to lose. Yeah, there he is. Yeah.
That would make sense with Clark. I mean, Clark can play left back, but he's not necessarily too comfortable there. So that's not a surprise.
Tuan Zabi cushions that down the line for Hutchinson, and that is a foul.
That's really... Don't need to give that away. Not sure why he's given that free kick away. Ipswich will take all the time in the world over this.
Hutchinson drills the foul. Clock ticks up towards 85. Can't take my eyes off it. Moore, Hutchinson, Tuanzebe, Taylor, Hutchinson tries to find Moore, headed to the edge of the box. Travis powers in, and the ball bounces through to Allsop, who's been.
And that's good by Travis. Keep the ball there. Play it back to the keeper. Let Ipswich regroup and get their shape. If Hull had got sprung another direct pass, but Sarmiento's massively out of position. Ben
Jones, Sarmiento's won it and lost it and everything in between. Sherry, Jones, Philogene. Philogene beats Clark's yellow card, that isn't it? Pulled on his shorts. He's got away with one there, Clark, hasn't he? Philogene.
Yeah, I think if he'd started the game and maybe had a few naughty moments before, he might have got the yellow for that. I thought that would have been a bit harsh.
Carvalho is going to take the free kick for Hull, who are pretty much all out attack now, aren't they? Floated in, back stick, headed across the goal. Ohio hits the bar and it is into the back of the net. And we have goal number 6 of the night. Hull 3, Ipswich 3. It's a big header on the back stick. It might have been Delap parried out, and he just powers it in. Ahio, doesn't he? Just spare man the whole time, wasn't he? On the back stick there, and it is 3-3. Rich.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out whether he can do better with that. It's a good finish. Put it again, similar to Tufan. Put it in an area where no one's going to be able to defend it, but all stems from a pointless free kick conceded by Harry Clark. Ipswich have made life easier for Hull at times.
Hutchinson into the box. Hutchinson shot blocked. Hull 3, Ipswich 3. Utter carnage this game. Fladkey knocks that to Wolfenden. As I said, there's probably going to be 6 or 7 minutes stoppage time in this one. Sarmiento, Moore, Morsey, Tuanzebe, Hutchinson, Tuanzebe invited to join the attack. Onto Morsey. Morsey to Sarmiento. Sarmiento hits the shot straight at Ryan Allsop.
Yeah, it's a good hit, but it felt like Sarmiento was going to get the shot off whatever happened there. Maybe just a little bit of composure might be a better option, might have showed itself to him.
Taylor, Hutchinson down the right. Hutchinson into the box. Hutchinson shot blocked. It's going to be a throw to Ipswich in the left wing area. And I don't want to have these discussions, but you get into the mode now of, do you take your point and move on, or do you try for the 3 and risk having 0? The throwing going long into the box by the look of it. Clark hurls it in. Handball by Burgess.
That's a shame. For Ipswich. If you've not figured out who I support by now, then shame on you.
Oh, goodness me. What do you reckon? 6 or 7 on the stoppage time?
6.
89-29 on the clock. Goal kick. It's a Hull. Allsop has been excellent in the second half. Cladkey clears. Moore, big winner in the air there. Sarmiento, Clark. Morsey strong. And draws the foul from
Lucky there,
Seri.
Morsey. I didn't know where he was going there. It's not been his best night, Morsey, for me.
Ball is back with Cladkey after the free kick got hit against Delap. Wolfenden, yeah, you're right. 6 minutes stoppage time. Cladkey clips it down the middle. Moore falls over.
Injured?
No, he's sprung back up and committed a foul, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Fun and games. They both realise they're going to get booked if they carry that on and stop immediately. It's clipped into the channel. Delap tries to run. Burgess just falls over. And Flagkey rolls it in to Lewis Travis. Travis, Moore, Clark, Sarmiento, Clark. Ooh, just undercooked that to Hutchinson. Tuanzebe follows it up. Tuanzebe, Hutchinson, Taylor, Hutchinson, Morsey, Sarmiento, Hutchinson. Tuanzebe outside. Little knock through to Taylor. Taylor puts it across the box. Good clearance by Greaves. Tuanzebe heads it again. No foul. Ooh, that could have been a really nice looking Hull counter-attack there, but didn't fall for them. Wolfenden boots it forward. Hutchinson can't win it. And this is just hellish to watch.
Again, a good passage for Ipswich. But yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? It's really not nice.
92 on the clock. Wolfenden. Moore does well again. Philogene takes it off him. Ooh, they got the bounce there. Hull. And here's Delap. Clark. Everyone's diving into tackles here. Travis. Sarmiento tries to run Seri. Sarmiento pokes it inside. It's Travis.
Gosh, it's messy, isn't it? Blimey.
There's a bit of a sense that both sides want to win the game.
Oh, McKenna. Is that the reaction to the equaliser? Or is that something else that he's seen?
God knows.
God, if McKenna gets upset like that,
Morsey,
you really see it.
Clark. Wolfenden, lovely ball into Taylor. Here's Hutchinson, still on the hat trick. Hutchinson runs into the box. Hutchinson! Sarmiento! Oh, my goodness me! And it's hit left-footed by Morsey. Oh, my God. And a foul on the edge of the box. How have Ipswich not scored there, Rich?
Wow. You kind of... It's the moment for Sarmiento, isn't it? You think it's going to bounce up. Moore's going to head it in. Need to figure out who got on the end of those because that was some excellent defending to block it off. But again, Hutchinson and he scores. Greaves, is it?
By Jones,
Morsey nearly.
By Greaves. The keeper's been outstanding in the second half.
He has,
also,
yeah. And you talked about it middle of the second half as well. Blimey.
Why did he just head that? Sarmiento just throw himself at that. Oh, Christ. Davis not on the pitch to take this free kick. My God. Jack Taylor, I guess, should hammer it.
Or Hutchinson's going to shoot?
You'd give it to Hutchinson, given he's already got the 2 goals, wouldn't you? But Taylor could just larrup it, couldn't it?
Time for someone to be a hero.
Yeah, just work the keeper. I think. Well, actually, he's saved everything else, hasn't he? So... Oh, Jesus Christ. Free kick to Ipswich, 94-30. Hutchinson, terrible free kick over the crossbar. I can't criticise him after the 2 goals, but wow. Wow.
It was always, I mean, really close in there, really asking a lot to, to get that one up and over, which I think is what his intention was, rather than curl it around the wall, but maybe slotting it off to Morsey or someone. But wow, Ipswich, doing their best to try and win it.
Sherry wins the header. Travis heads on. Sarmiento tries to poke it into Moore, who was going the other direction. Allsop goes long, headed down by Clark to Travis. Travis gives it away up the line. Philogene. Ahio knocks it off. Tufan. Hutchinson gets anything on it. Taylor. Morsey. Booted up in the air. Ahio tries to get there, and Wolford knocks it back to Hladky, who takes no chances, boots it long. Taylor headed down. Morsey, 8 seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining, booted in long for Moore, who's chested it down. Moore's done pretty well to control it and then just fouls his man. And that, I think, Rich, is going to be that.
Yes, it was nearly moment, wasn't it? I think Moore has really provided a good, outlet for Ipswich. Sarmiento trying to get on the end of stuff. And yeah, I think hopefully this will be it. I'll take a point.
96-20. I think ref's going to blow. Well, this is up in the air. And wow, what a game. Hull 3, Ipswich 3, 6 goals shared. It flowed all over the place. Allsop, the Hull keeper, I have to say, was outstanding in the second half. Hirst gave Ipswich the lead on 19. Tufan equalising on 40. Hutchinson, brilliant goal, gives Ipswich the lead 2-1. Delap gets the equaliser on 56. Hutchinson does it again, and it was an 87th minute equaliser from Ahio from the set piece. Ipswich needed 5 points for promotion from 3 games. They now need 4 points from 2 games. They are tied. I've been avoiding it, Rich. Let's just get the bloody league table on the screen now. So they're now tied on points. So it's a little bit more simple to think about. All Ipswich need to do, Rich, is score more points in 2 games than Leeds can score in 1 game.
Yeah, exactly right. What a great game, by the way, as well. Both teams had their moments. I think probably Ipswich, in terms of the chances, probably had the better openings, didn't they? Again, you also probably player of the match. Be interesting to see who Sky award it to. But yeah, made some really important saves, big saves in the middle of the second half, particularly. And then those kind of moments for Hutchinson late on as well. Sarmiento, the chance. Ipswich probably disappointed not to win it. But I think on the balance of it and knowing they've got the games, maybe a little bit of an easier, no game's easy, is it? No one's on the beach, as we keep saying. But Hull have played really well and kept themselves in it, Ben, because they go into the final game with a chance of sneaking into the playoffs as well. They are 2 points behind West Brom, who have lost 3 on the bounce. West Brom play Preston next, which is probably at home. You'd maybe fancy them there. Hull have got to go to Plymouth, obviously battling to stay up. But it's I think
Hull aren't going to overtake Norwich because of the goal difference swing needed, probably. But yeah, they've still got the opportunity to overtake West Brom. My God. Wow. Oh dear. It's good for the soul, Rich. Let's do some comments. Thanks for the show. Lenny, that's us done. Hull fan thinking playoffs not a possibility.
Just very quickly,
mad
Ben.
Respect to you too. Yeah, thank you so much. Go ahead, Rich.
And the 2 players interviewed, Delap, and are we going with Ahio? I'm going with Ahio. 2 substitutions from Rossini scoring the important goals for them. So again, big shout out to Liam Rossini tonight. I think Ipswich had the individual quality for their goals, didn't they? But tactically, I think Rossini's made changes to try and shift the game in Hull's balance. It's worked, but whenever they got the goal, they never really followed it up with anything more. They didn't build momentum off the back of it and allowed Ipswich back into the game. But, you know, the second half sub seemed a bit risky, but it paid off. The lap scored, and then, yeah, they've got the equaliser, haven't they, again, from the breakdown from the set piece.
Guys, you'll forgive us. Rich and I have expended a lot of emotional, mental energy there. So we are going to wrap this thing up. Thank you, everybody watching down the Blue Monday YouTube as well today and down the Benjamin Bloom football channel. There will be analysis from the gang on Blue Monday tomorrow night. I will be speaking to Sam Parkin on Tuesday. You can hear my take and his take as well. We're probably not going to look at Leicester and Preston now, and we'll see whether I end up in this very chair on Tuesday or in a chair in the CBS Stadium. I don't know if I can do it, but there you go. Right, last word can go to you, Rich. Thanks
everyone for your company. Another couple of games for Ipswich to go. Exciting times. I'm knackered, mate. I've not really got anything more astute than that to say. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Do give us a thumbs up before you head off, and yeah, join the guys on the Blue Monday Flagship Show tomorrow at 8 p.m. live on YouTube.
Do you know the worst thing about all of this? There's no way I'm getting to sleep. I had a coffee at half time, and I'm wired as anything.
Whiskey.
So yeah, if anyone wants to like text me or stuff until 1 a.m, I'm still going to be up. Yeah, completely wired. Thanks everybody for watching. Hull 3, Ipswich Town 3. Never a dull effing moment.